There we go. Yeah, I'm good now. I'm back. It's because I changed all my buttons, but now I'm live on stream and you guys aren't. Because I'm in Discord with them. So I'm going to mute myself in Discord for you guys and talk to the stream. So give me a moment while I get everything sorted out. There are so many new buttons I made. They're all in different positions than they normally are. But Yep. My poor people in Discord are trapped. They get to watch me in like weird delayed motion while I fix cameras and we chat. But hello, yes, we are doing D&D. We are doing stuff. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be fun. I hope. And if not, it's going to be fun. They don't have a choice. Music overload. Is the music that loud? What's up with the music? Sorry. So in order to make, we decided to pause the stream. That's probably the right call. Ah, Roger. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to this madness. Enjoy your platinum. Oh yeah, what you saw doesn't matter. You saw my like list of your guys' character sheets. The opening screen a bit loud. Yeah. Okay, I'll adjust the music. Thank you. Woot woot, yes, woot woot. So in order to make this work, right, we are in Discord video with each other. I have to hard crop all of the cameras to make it fit. And then I have to go and make sure that I get everybody's names appropriately tagged to their characters. Which is very fun. So while we chat, that's what I'm doing. Making sure all the tags are where they're supposed to be. Be happy, or else. Painting 1984. Yes, indeed. That is exactly how it works. This is not me. This is me. Okay. I won't know until our last player gets here if these are all set up right. So I have got real fancy with it, right? And I hard cropped everybody's Discord screen into little pieces so that I can move them around however I need to make them fit and get them wherever they need to go on the screen so we can have nice fancy scenes. So that's a thing. That's a thing that I did. The problem is Discord resizes and rearranges everybody every time somebody comes or leaves. So since we don't have our sixth player or our sixth person at the virtual table yet, I don't know the order everybody's in yet. So we're winging it. Okay. What's happening today, though? We are playing D&D. We are going to get hard started in like 20 minutes if our last player isn't here. Otherwise, I'm buying as much time as I can for her. And we will just start without her, and I'll roll her in as we go. This will be the first session of our game. I will post the world link if you guys want to look at some of the stuff that I put together in Discord. They can go in general, that's fine. That links to the world that we'll be playing in. I put it together. I need to write up much more for this. Like, substantially more. I have... How long is this document? 76 pages of notes? Yeah, 76 pages of notes that need to get typed up into there. But I'm lazy. And by lazy, I mean I'm just overcommitted and busy. And I'm just happy that we're getting this to go at all today. So, that's good. I shall lurk. All good. 76 Queen Wild Girl. You changed your name. I love it. Yes, 76 pages of notes, Wild Girl. Also, hi, how are you doing? Yes. So most of it is notes that I've written during conversations with other people, straight copies out of Discord. So there's a lot of padded space in there. But the Google Doc is 76 pages long. Yeah. Yep. Unformatted. Needs to be parsed. Needs to be put into usable things. So basically anything I told somebody on Discord between the creation of our game and today, which is where they were making all their characters, I wrote down so that I make sure I have a reference to it. I don't lie to them, and they get what they need from me, right? So I did a bunch for that. I have all kinds of notes and stuff. I am like hard over-prepared and under-prepared at the same time. It's been great. People were always so confused with my name, so I had to change it. Oh, so now they officially know that you are the queen. That makes sense. I believe that. Mm-hmm. I mean, the dwarves have a queen. The humans don't have a queen right now. Maybe I'll name it their queen Ash, and you can be their queen. I'll let you and Marty make decisions for stuff later. That can't backfire at all. I am doing that for a couple people. A couple of my other friends are shadow playing some of our major NPCs. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. I did a lot of work to make a bunch of subplots that are all happening. The major one right now is this big civil war in the human kingdom. Well, there's a lot of major NPCs there, and I got them all to go ahead and be played by somebody. So I tell these people what happened in the session that is pertinent to them, and they tell me what their character is doing in response. They're usually long form plans. Hello, Lestat. Nani indeed. I was getting called wild girls, and then people would make jokes. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Queen Wild Girl is my instance, so it works now. Perfect. Beautiful. I love it. Okay. So I can click this, click that. I'm not going to cough all day. This is fine. I didn't cough like at all today during work when I was finishing prep, and now I'm going to cough like crazy. Orcs do take great pride in their empire and culture and are a noble race of people. They are. They are. They have the same amount of like savage barbarians and like people of not quite nobility. They don't quite have nobility. They're like senatorial, like Rome, as opposed to like Tudor England nobility kind of a thing. But they have that kind of like honorable people in power, people of culture, as any other empire. They do tend to be bigger and stronger than a lot of the other empire or a lot of the other societies, but it's fine. It's all fine. But yes, we will officially get going shortly. I will introduce you to everybody who will be playing with us. Most of them, all of them have been in chat at some point. So many of you may have interacted with these poor souls whose lives I get to torment. It'll be great. While I am running the game, I will not be looking at chat. Alerts will be turned off. I'm sorry, I'm DMing it. Which, for those of you who don't know who are new to D&D, DMing is Dungeon Master. Is kind of D&D special Game Master role. It means I am running the game. I am not playing against them, but I am the referee of the game. Need a Careless Whispers command? I'll think about it, Lestat. I'll think about it. I do want to make a bunch of sound commands at some point, but I got so many other things on my plate at any point in time. It's a nightmare. It's beautiful. So many things. So yes, because I will be using all of my 2 brain cells to handle the actual game, I will not be reading chat or responding to anything there. We are not professional role players, voice actors. We're doing this to have fun because I wanted to run a game and we wanted to share it with you guys. Leave us a story, DM. Thank you. Speak for yourself. No, you know what? No, I'm going to keep that blanket statement. Because I will let my mods ban people who are disrespectful. Yeah, you're right. We put this together. Well, I put the actual running of this together this week. So we are not Arcadum or Critical Role, but we are here to have a good story and a good time. I have made many changes to core rules and the system as a whole, and will probably be taking rules more as intended, or if they're cool, outside of combat, and it will be stricter in combat as I usually am. So if you know the rules, I don't care. I will be making them up as I go if I need to. I got sheets of this crap. We're having fun. Our first rule is always don't be a dick. That's usually our rule in chat as well, so we should be fine. I'm excited. I've never played. It's a good time, Wild Girl. It's a good time. But yeah. I leave it to the other party members how much they want to look at chat, interact with you guys, take your feedback. I don't want it. I will probably not change what I am planning to do or do based on what chat says, unless I specifically ask you, which would not be during this session. It would be like this weekend or something. If I'm asking for feedback, I will explicitly ask for it. But yeah. Shame. Fight me, Lestat. This is my stream, my rules. Hang a message out real fast. Mike drops it. Okay. I see how it is. I see how it is. We are recording this game as well. So we may put it up somewhere else after this. It will live as a VOD for like 2 weeks. So don't feel like you have to be here if you don't want to be here. I do welcome you all to be here. But don't stress if you miss stuff and you don't want to miss stuff. You will be able to rewatch it. But yeah. In that case, let me get everything ready with my humans and other creatures on the other side here. Drop back into their chat. It is I am back. You can hear me. I'm sorry. You may get multiple feeds. So, I am going to bring you on the stream now. Just wanted to give you a heads up since you have cameras. Before I do this. Because I'm polite enough about that. For those of you in chat, goodbye. Have fun. I won't be reading you. I'm sorry. Alerts are turned off because we're running a game and I can't. I can't. So farewell. And now we're in this mode where we wait for Emily to get on because she's getting on now-ish, she said. She was setting her computer up. So we're good on that front. We're starting the actual game soon. These are my human friends. I need to point in this direction because my camera is flipped twice now. Aha! Emily is here right on time to get rolling. Okay, you're technically an elf in this game, but currently present, you are all human. Hello, welcome to the stream. You're live. No, that's fine. I just need to make sure she was aware of that before she did anything for her own sake. I don't think you guys would do anything that would be... Yep. Exactly. This is now live on the internet where it may exist forever. I love it. I love it. Iagra, I did read it because I haven't closed my chat yet, and I hate you. Sorry, I'm going to not be reading my chat once we get going. I'm just going through and making sure all the nameplates match up so I can go to our fancy scene. Because everything gets moved. They do exist. There is at least like 2 of them. I don't know how many people there are. I never look at my numbers. I just know I've been talking actively to 2 of them recently, or 3 of them if we count Wild Girl as well. Although I expect that she would be eating soon, so she may be in and out. I know people's schedules, who I interact with a lot. But I never look at my numbers, so I have no idea how many people there ever actually are, because I don't feel the need to look at that. That's just, I don't need to game myself out like that. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me. Okay, cool. Fall Guys is fun. I burned down on Fall Guys a little bit, but we'll see. Okay. Fancy mode engaged. There we go. Everything lines up correctly. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay. Damn it, Eric! Okay. Can I do this myself? Did you see what just happened when he did that? Okay. I need to swap. Can I swap people? Nope, I can't swap people, but I can focus on people apparently. Go back to normal view. Okay. Do that for me real fast. So Eric turning his camera off shot him down there. Yup. Yep. So apparently when can I lock people in? Why can I not lock people in position? Discord! Okay. I believe that it is, let me see here, alphabetical by username until you, so it probably has 2 sets, one that is camera and then what it is not camera. And both are alphabetical by username. So people are swapping between the 2 sets and it's reordering things. So let me see if I can come up with a way to handle this. This is why I said barring technical difficulties. That's what I was trying to figure out. If we change the names, I still think we're gonna get the same problem of people without camera on get shuffled out of the order. So I'm pretty sure it's 2 lists, right? So Emily's should be before both Sam and mine alphabetically, like in the call. But because she has her camera off, she's in a different list of ordering. And I can't control the order. 2 brain cells. That works if you want. Or do you have a sticky note you could put over your camera and take off? No, that's fine. It's dinner time for you. I know. Different time zones make it hard to get everything together. I feel that pain on an emotional level. Okay. Let me switch up music properly. If any of you want to introduce yourself to the peoples at home, you're welcome to. Well, I get us all going. I really need to make a button that just did all this for me, but brain. Well, it's actually really hard. Yeah. Where is it? I had music specifically picked out for. There it is. Musics. Okay. We are now right. Alex, John, Emily, Sam, Eric, me. I am Mike today, for anybody who knows me by other names. Because that's the majority of people who will be speaking directly to me will address me. Okay, so music set. No, you can all address me as that when I am those characters. Because there are multiple Your Majesties, Your Graces. And we'll see if you guys ever get an audience with them. One. Well, no, there can be more. There can be more. God, I'm gonna have to make a character named Jesus now for you. Ugh. Okay. And I'm gonna have to kill him. Okay. Okay, well. Depends which Jesus we're talking about here. Are we talking the yeah, are we talking the one from the Hispanic themed area, or the one that was raised to godhood? And is now the god of rebirth? Does that work? We like that? Cool. Rebirth. No, that's that is the many-faced god. It depends on the day. He changes which Chris he is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. But for this, we have two visual modes. We have this one, which is more focused on us, and then this one that is more focused on the actual board that we will switch between as needed. I have warned you guys before, and I probably won't use them today. I have a bunch of timer things that you may not hear go off, but the people who are watching at home will, that I will use as appropriate in... Actually, I might use them today, now that I'm thinking about it. In tense situations, chases, combat, stuff like that, if I think we are taking too long to get moving on things. You have all played D&D before. I'm not going to explain the rules. If anybody has questions in chat, feel free to ask them and maybe somebody will answer it. It won't be me. If you actually have questions, though, you can message, you can talk in Discord, and I'll eventually get back to that, but not during the session. I am not going to put that burden on anybody who does not want to do it themselves. Read chat at your own peril. Our community is pretty good, but it's still Twitch. Game-wise, you are all currently in a caravan traveling to Doka, the capital of the Principality of Velsad. As you have all been informed, the country of Narde, usually ruled by the Kingdom of Velsad, has fractured in the last 8 years. When the king, on his deathbed, told the Duke of Mitlu that he wanted his second son to succeed him and not his first. The Duke and the second prince then revolted, causing great bloodshed and war to break across Velsad, splitting the country into effectively 3 factions. These are all facts that you are all innately aware of. Well, most of you. Well, one of you may have just found this out, like, a month ago. Which is probably one of the first things that Calamira found out when she arrived in the port city of Stormport. Getting a lot of attention, being a satyr, and her traveling companion making a lot of noise as it moves. She would have been a sight for many of the people there who see all kinds of folks, but satyrs doing work, not so much. Calamira spent a month or so raising enough funds to get even the poorest of journeys in this caravan, as it is an expensive 10-day trip from Stormport to Doka. Working in one of the many jobs that she could have pulled off, as a mercantile assistant, handling, manifests and whatnot for these many ships that come to and from Stormport. Although I have a feeling that she did not appreciate the constant smell of sewage and salt water. The second poor soul to find their way into Stormport was probably the ex-Ancestral Guardian, still kind of Ancestral Guardian, Unit Epsilon. the walking suit of armor, clad in silver and pumping purple root-like structures, emblazoned with the symbol of the Great House Lyson, a raven holding a magical staff, in search of answers for many of the questions that he still has and are very dear to his heart. Next, the poor soul from the imperial territories of Rohian, Vincent, on a duty for his company that we'll see how much he enjoys. Picking up information as he travels and probably taking note of the strange creatures that you have probably never seen before working many of these docks. The centaurs, the minotaurs, the small goat lady. And finally, Monty and Marianne, making your way through the port on your way to Doka, have arrived merely a day before you left on your caravan, already travel arranged. Of course, unlike the others, you'll be traveling in style and comfort. I can't say the same for the rest of you, as this caravan makes many trips, but in different style classes. The most noble of carriages being padded and expensive and giving you many fine options during your many rests on your way, but running you almost 40 gold just for the trip one way. Many of you, not being able to afford this, are taking different accustomed travels. For the past 8 days, you've been on the road, stopping here and there, few small hamlets. At one point, the small village of Oggendale, where you would have gotten your first fresh fruit and food of many of your trip. Let's see other important details here. Well, at this point, you all would have noticed 8 days ago that your caravan does not only consist of 3 transportation vessels, 1 storage one, 2 guards on horses, but an elephant. Luckily, you all know what an elephant is, because it is loud, large, and takes up a lot of space. And not very hard to hide on a caravan. Yes, Emily the player did not want to tell you all that she bought an elephant. For those of you playing at home, for our character creation, I let everybody have excess gold, because we're starting at level 3. So normally at level 1, you don't have a lot of money to throw around, but as you play, you would accumulate some. And to let everybody get their special weapons and items that they wanted to really flesh out their character, I said, here, have 350 gold. I was aware and knew this would happen. An elephant costs 200 gold. Calamira has acquired an elephant. Now, the problem with elephants, everybody, is elephants are expensive to upkeep. Elephants eat from 100 to 300 pounds of food a day, which is a lot of money to stock. Elephants are very expensive to arm and armor, and I will not be pulling my punches against the rampaging elephant. Emily has agreed. She is prepared if the elephant dies. The rest of us are not prepared for the elephant to die, because we're not prepared for Emily when the elephant dies. We know how you get with our animal companions and pets, and you are all welcome to buy pets and hirelings as you wish. I will give them death saving throws. They will have a chance. That's all I got for you. If you put them in harm's way, if you take the elephant into the Lich's castle, I make no promises. Oh, there's always a Lich. Yes, John. Yes. Okay. So, starting from the front of our caravan here, because you guys have been traveling for a couple days now. Monty and Marianne, you would be in the nice, lush cabin of this very nice carriage minor versions of shock absorbers, padded seats, covered. Windows aren't too bad. Not behind the rest of the animals. The guards, generally keeping close by. There are 2 on horseback, but all 4 drivers of these carts and carriages have... Yep. No, that's on me, Iagra. That's on me. I said I wasn't reading chat, but I was reading chat for the first, 10-ish minutes. I'm sorry. I needed to make sure everything was working. They tell me when things are broken, and I didn't trust everything. It's because I still had desktop audio off. So you guys weren't totally coming through because I'm a smart cookie. There are too many buttons to press. I need to make these less buttons to press.
It's okay. I have myself muted most of the time.
Yeah. You should all be coming through now, though, so we should be good. Yes, I can confirm that you are coming through because I saw audio spike for Sam. Perfect. Okay.
Nani? Heyo.
Why did that play? I heard it play. It wasn't supposed to play. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. I'll live. We might get nani'd, but it's fine. So, first carriage, the actual carriage, is Monty and Marianne. It is driven by Connor Quinn. He is the head of the Falcon Company. That is this caravan company. He's a sturdy dude. Not too bad. Early 40s. Keeps his crossbow nearby because you never know on the road. And he has made polite conversation with you guys as you are his most paying patrons. The second carriage, or what has been commonly referred to as economy, has Epsilon and Vincent. You two are riding in. It's really not that bad. It's a covered wagon. Padding is at your own discretion if you care for such a thing. Robots, luckily, do not. And you have a couple traveling companions. You've had many a chance to talk with Threnane Sapphire Braids and Alexia Hillis, the 2 companions of yours. Threnane is a younger dwarf, female. She's a sailor. You've talked to her a few times now, and she's heading back to Doka after visiting family overseas. Alexia is doing much the same. She is a human miller. She has been traveling back and forth, procuring contracts for her company that is based in Doka, and is now finally on her way home. Calamira. It's damn expensive to ride in this caravan. For you alone, it costs 2 gold, which you didn't have a lot of money to start with, and it took you a while to save up enough money while paying for your elephant to be both stabled and fed. Your accommodations are not as grand. You are effectively riding in the back of a cart full of hay, with a couple other people who are in similar situations. To which you have probably had...
Ride on Dizzy.
Oh, you could certainly ride on Dizzy.
Could I ride on Dizzy?
Yes.
Okay.
Which would be pulling up the
prefer
rear. Dizzy being Calamira's elephant companion. Pet may be a strong word for Dizzy, unless you are asking it what Calamira is.
Yes.
So you would have met, though, your other compatriots in this poorer accommodation. The poor pair of Henry and Alice Moore, both humans, a father-daughter farmers, who are traveling to Doka. Henry is a pretty well-built dude, but clearly has seen a lot of labor. You may have seen him working around the docks to scrounge up enough money to make this trip himself. Alice, just turned 9, soft-spoken girl, fascinated by the elephant. Spends most of her time hiding behind her father, and being harassed by your other companion, Irvin Cooper, who is a young man. He's 15, and he is very proud to tell anybody who will listen that he is a rising star in the cartography circles, being that he is merely an apprentice to a baron in Doka, and that he lost all of his money in a recent mugging, and isn't able to afford any better travel.
Oh boy.
Poor guy. He's
Sounds like a fun dude.
He is a nice guy. He just wants to share and he overshares a lot. But he has lists of things that he needs to see. Unfortunately, he has never been to the eastern coast or seen any hidden valley of the satyrs or any such thing. As a cartographer, he may have known something. Unfortunately, he is only an apprentice. But he has added it to his many things to see list, which is almost his entire journal. He has dreams. Lots of them. And he keeps telling you about
Is he a red shirt? He sounds like a red shirt.
What? Why would I ever put a red shirt in the game? I don't know what you're talking about. No. But yes,
Nobody
you've
here
been
is
traveling
wearing red, right?
I mean, it's the symbol of that color of the Falconeer group. Everything's red.
Oh.
Yes. So you've been traveling for 8 days at this point, and you finally start to make camp once more. Much like your traveling accommodations, these are provided to you by the Falconeer group. Marianne and Monty, you both have pretty elaborate tents and full cots to yourselves. Each of you has your own private quarters, plenty of space, a little stone or like little oven in there with you. There's a whole wagon that is just for carrying resources. That is right before the poor one in the train. Epsilon and Vincent, you two are provided with larger tents. You normally would be separated if there were, or stuck with more people if you weren't so few in traveling companion. Although Epsilon, I don't think you really need it. How do you, Epsilon, want to be spending the evenings in these camps? As being a Warforged, you don't actually need sleep. You kind of entered like a downgraded mode. I believe it's called Sentry's Rest, right?
Yeah. It's just like I had to be inactive for like 6 hours, but I'm still aware and semi-conscious.
Yeah. You turn into a little
Do
camera
you have
bot.
solar panels?
What's that?
Do you have solar panels?
No.
For
Do you
nighttime?
want solar panels?
Do you want to Autobot shift into like a pool heater that's like solar powered?
Oh, no. Not at the moment.
Well, that's fine. Do you want to be in a tent, out in the elements, on a cart?
No, yeah. I definitely, if there's room in a tent, is it like a group tent?
Oh yes, you get a tent. Yeah, they have enough
Okay.
tents for economy for each of you have a tent and a sleeping bag. So
How big are the tents?
they could probably fit 4 people uncomfortably. What is that in tent size?
All right, cool. Just to narrow the question down, can I do work with my alchemy supplies?
Yeah, you could do that in the tent if you really wanted. Yeah. Is that
Yeah,
how you
so
were
I-
spending your evenings
Yeah,
when
pretty
you're not
much.
in sentry mode?
Yeah.
I like it. Calamira, on the other hand, the poor accommodations are less lavish. You all get some wonderful sleeping bags and a large lean-to over all of you.
Can I just sleep under Izzy?
You can. You certainly can curl up with your elephant,
Okay, good.
which is
course.
kind of what I expected you to do. And I felt slightly less bad of forcing you into these squalid accommodations. When I knew you had an elephant to share it with.
Poor, like, it's fine.
Oh, when you were explaining to me what you were doing in Stormport before going on this caravan, I knew exactly how this was playing out. It's perfect. Yes, like most evenings, the guards are taking watch, and you can all rest normally. Yes, and you can all socialize as much as you wish amongst it. Most of you have actually met each other before. And from that, you guys could do whatever you want on this wonderful evening of Voneris 24th, the solar solstice is in 5 days, which is why these caravans have been running more frequently to the prince's capital of Doka.
That is a major holiday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the day of the sun god, Sol, which is very important to the theocracy of Solonem and their church. And it's heavily worshipped in human societies just as a general practice. Most of them have big parties for the summer and winter solstices. This will be the summer one. We are coming up on the first day of summer on Dominus the 1st in 5 days. Anything that you guys would like to be doing?
Is there
During-
any alcohol in camp?
Oh,
Did
boy.
you-
That's
they-
a good start.
The guards certainly have some. Did you bring any of your own? You don't have to have.
Are you asking if I bought some and put it in my character sheet? No. No, I did not.
Then there is certainly alcohol and some pretty decent wines offered to you and Marianne. As many of the guards are very keen to rub shoulders with people of noble status or the ability to pay for this accommodation. I think I introduced everybody's characters during my intro spiel enough. If you guys want to describe your characters any more than I did, please feel free to. I tried to make sure I gave everybody a little intro as we went.
Also, I don't think I've actually, I don't think we roleplayed out me meeting anyone except John's character. So I don't really recall meeting any of them.
I mean, that is fine. They've all definitely taken note that you exist. You are a satyr.
Okay, that's different.
Who is doing work.
Meeting them.
Yes,
Okay.
at the dock.
Cool.
You,
I think we would have
we've
noticed
each
the elephant.
other, or they've noticed me at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm memorable.
We've
Oh.
acquainted.
Monty
You
would also
stand out.
know. Elephants, especially ones these large, are often used as war machines on the Western continent. Less so here. You have elephants in Narde. They're generally smaller in stature and not bred for combat. Dizzy's a big girl.
Dizzy's a big girl.
Is he thick? All right. Monty's
Like 4
gonna see if
Cs
he
thick.
can find some wine,
Like 4 C's thick.
and yes, Lady Marianne, are you okay here by yourself? I may go out and survey the camp.
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Just go ahead and do what you want.
Very good. I'm gonna go
Bring
try and
back
find some wine.
please. I would also like some wine, if you can find.
Yes, of course. All right,
Oh,
Cool.
I'm gonna head out.
does not take you long to find wine. Connor will happily offer you wine and some actually cooked food.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. You would have also
I will
met
take some of
all of
that.
the other guards and drivers at some point, though Connor tends to take point as he is the head of this caravan for the Falconeer group. And he takes pride in that.
Right. Connor, how much longer until we make it to Doka?
We should be arriving on Veneris 26th, so 2 days. 2 more days of travel. We've got one
Very
more
good.
small river to work around, and we'll be there in no time.
Very good. I did want to ask as well. That elephant over there, is that something that you're transporting? Is that being brought by one of the caravaneers or someone staying in the caravan?
Yeah, that's a unique case. That's kind of a charge. It belongs to that one over there, and he'll gesture to the satyr girl, the half goat, half girl, who is doing, what would you be doing around dinnerish time with your elephant?
Well, I would offer people a story in exchange for a bite of their food.
You
If they're
will
lucky.
have access to like rations and things. You just don't get nicely cooked.
Well, yes, but Dizzy
Yams.
eats most of mine, so.
Um,
And I am pretty small, but like sometimes I like variety.
that is fair. That is fair.
Dizzy can't forage. I mean, I don't know what sort of.
Dizzy can forage.
What are we traveling through? Forest, plains?
You
It
are.
takes
Sorry.
6
Yes.
hours in the plains by herself.
Yeah. It has been.
Oh, well.
Variations on forest and open fields. You've seen small hamlets and farms on like the different areas of the horizon. I mean, this is not a major road, but the main thoroughfare from Stormport to Doka, and is becoming more popular. You also pass through, like I said, the village of Oggendale. Small village, but nice farmer's market. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Connor would gesture towards Calamira off, moving around her elephant, and to whoever she wants to offer to.
Interesting.
The young girl Alice would then hide behind her father and keep kind of peeking out, fascinated by the elephant, but an incredibly shy young girl.
I'm Dizzy might not be with me. I could just be offering to
Oh, yeah.
tell the stories. That's what's my plan.
So do you want Dizzy to be just
Also,
off doing Dizzy things?
probably off doing Dizzy things. Dizzy can go with me if she wants to, or if she feels like she has to, but she doesn't. You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
Yes.
No. This was Dizzy's idea. She's fine with that.
I would just want to tell everybody about Kalon and like a really celebratory story in exchange for food, or like a bite of food, like a square of cheese, you know.
Yeah,
Little
she
bit of
has
food.
not shut up about this, whatever he is, the entire journey
I
from what
have
you have heard.
It's pretty great.
She's telling a story about someone named Kalon, you said?
Yes.
Yep.
So
You have
Kalon
no
is
idea who
pretty
that is.
great. He's like super powerful and like probably really far away from here, but he found me like a while ago, and now I tell everybody I can about him because he gave me magical powers, and I like do silent image or something. Not silent image, that's expensive. Minor illusion, that
There
one.
you go. The free one.
To make like a picture of Kalon appear and disappear.
What is your picture of Kalon look like?
He has a really jovial face, kind of like Santa Claus, but like bald with blue hair, big bushy blue beard, like very bright, happy eyes, like
Tons of very large
has
beaded
like
jewelry.
like a crown, beads, bright colored robes. He's just like, hey.
Is he human, satyr, elf?
I would probably make him a satyr, but he. Maybe
That's
I
all.
would make
That's why I
him-
ask.
I think I would make him appear the same race as whoever I'm talking to.
You are dealing with mostly humans here. There is
So he probably
dwarf.
would be human, no horns.
an elf, a warforged.
Oh, I probably want to check on my robot friend too at some point.
Yeah. What is Epsilon
question.
doing during these evenings?
I'd like to ask a question. Do we know what we would call someone like Epsilon? Would we just call him a robot?
You, actually, you know, all of you would probably know that he is called a warforged officially. Would be his
Okay. That's a
racial
real
title. Yes. Yes, Calamira, you've heard of them from your previous household. Vincent, you've heard of them from your work. Marianne and Monty are both educated enough to know what the Warforged are and recognize the crest on Epsilon's chest as the symbol of House Lyson. Monty might know that the first Duke Lyson worked with a great dwarven crafter to make a set of Warforged that have served the house ever since.
How many were on the battlefield when he came at us, though?
5.
That's the real question. Yeah. You were like, oh shit, there's 5 war machines.
Is your character like big, like a big robot? Like, is he super tall or something?
He's only 6 foot, so
Oh.
it's not super necessarily super tall, but he is heavy for 6 foot. So yeah,
He's made of metal. That helps some.
yeah. He's solid.
Alright.
Like-
Like Dizzy, he is also
All right.
thick.
All right. Monty was going to go talk to. Well, he's going to try and investigate Dizzy, but I think that involves going through Calamira. So, excuse me, I couldn't help but overhearing. You are the owner of this this fine elephant here, no?
Yes, owner is a stretch. Hi, I'm Calamira. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Charmed. Captain Monty.
Ah, okay.
I'm the guardsman for the lady.
When he points her out, does she have like a pretty dress or anything? Like, what does she look like, Sam?
She might be in the tent. I'm not sure.
Oh, she's in the
Depends
tent.
on the
Probably
team.
outside, just hanging out, eating.
So these tents have one of those nice like flap openings that you can kind of like pin up. So Marianne can just be sitting at the gate opening of her tent in a nice fancy chair and table drinking tea because those are things provided to her.
I'm imagining the most glamping tent possible.
Yes, these are very glamping tents.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, love it.
Okay. Well, if you see her, she has really long, kind of darkish purpley hair. A nice, like dark purple dress that's kind of doesn't look like it's gonna be used in battle, but it's because I don't have a different outfit yet. Yeah, she has like these like feather pins in her hair. Kind of just looks like your stereotypical noble.
Okay.
Yep. Basically, like she's never worked a day in her
Oh,
life.
the purple lady.
And
I've
like
seen
an
you
anime
before.
protagonist.
As I say, over my years, how many purple-haired people have I come across?
Well, being from a member of House Lyson, you've seen actually a couple people with more light purple hair. It's more
Oh.
silver from where you come from.
Gotcha.
Yes, the hair of House Lyson is very silver, like just shiny sheen silver. And there are some other odd colors. I mean, when you start messing with magic, anything can happen.
I can post a picture of what my character looks like.
I love that picture.
I'll put
The
it in the
face
group
is
chat.
so off.
I was about to grab my
My character's face?
That's
Oh
fine.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's real bad. Looks really stuck up.
Yeah, for those of you playing at home, think like the Three Musketeers movies. And the face in this picture is like if he was a villain. Like it's a very punchable face, and that's not the face that Monty has.
No, Monty's not punchable.
Depends on who you ask. No, I'm
He's
kidding.
a great guy. Yeah.
Yes,
You're right.
open the PvP now. While everybody
Just to
sit him down.
describe
Somebody say
Calamira-
PvP?
PvP right now?
No.
Yeah, all this is going on. Vincent's kind of
chat
just
for Calamira,
watching,
too.
eating
Oh,
his
thanks.
baked
You're,
potatoes because that's what's provided.
You're much less hairy than I thought. Alright.
And observing.
It's just the legs down. I don't understand why you think. Okay, so just
not
for
me.
anybody who
That's
can't
not
see
Monty.
the
That's
picture,
Alan.
I'm going to describe what Calamira looks like real quick. She has some short, dark brown hair, like lighter colored eyes, blue, sort of silvery. She has big, like spiral horns, or like just horns. I haven't decided what kind yet. Coming off her head, and she has sort of like long, pointy-ish furry ears, kind of fuzzy on the tips. And then she's wearing like a blue, like a teal tunic that covers down to like her mid thigh, and you can see just like very furry legs down to hooves at the bottom. She has like Mr. Tumnus kind of legs.
The most important point here is that Calamira doesn't need shoes.
I do not need shoes, and I can jump really high.
I mean, as someone
Which
very much into fashion,
fascinates
I take
Irvin
that
and
as
Alice.
detriment, but anyways, I wanted to ask you about your elephant. It's very large, larger than any I've ever seen.
Yes, she's not really my elephant. She's more of my friend. Like, I don't own her. Ownership is just like a concept made up by society, really, you know?
I don't think that's true at all. It's written into all the laws. It's not like I just invented it.
Okay. Anyway, Dizzy is my friend. And a few other things, but what about her? Large? Yeah, I guess she's large.
Quite large.
A proper term may
She's
be
about the
huge.
same size as. She's about the same size as
Well,
other
she's technically
elephants that
large.
I've seen.
Is she?
Does she happen to be a Nardian elephant, or
It's
from
Estel.
somewhere else?
She's.
Wait, is the continent Narde?
Yes, this is Narde is the one you were on. The other one is Estel.
Yes.
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 Yes, it is huge. Good.
Oh, we're not from here.
I see. So you're traveling from overseas.
You could say that. Yes.
Well, that's quite interesting. I've never seen a extracontinental elephant. Do you mind if I had a look?
It's really up to Dizzy. Dizzy, do you mind? Is Dizzy with me or not? I didn't ask.
Do you want Dizzy to be with you?
No, you said it was up to you though, because like I can go find her
Oh.
and then ask her the same question.
Yeah,
I'm just curious if
Dizzy
she's
would
now
not be
following me
wandering
around or
too
not.
far. And at this point, you would notice that Dizzy is kind of eyeing up this conversation from behind a couple trees. Very,
Love it.
very
Excellent.
helicopter
Okay.
parent, keeping an eye on Calamira.
Yes.
And
Perfect. Okay,
Do-
I'm gonna look around and see her peeking out from behind the tree and be like, "Oh, there she is." I mean, I can go introduce you, but she's not really good with strangers, so I wouldn't get too close or touch her or touch me. It doesn't go well for people who do not make good impressions first.
Oh, nonsense. I make excellent impressions.
Oh, okay. You say so. Let's go meet Dizzy.
go.
Dizzy, hi. So this is Monty. He wanted to meet you. Is that okay? And I
No.
have cast Speak with Animals. At this
I was going to
point.
say, how are you saying
will.
this?
We'll speak with animals at will because I can.
Jeez, she's freaking out.
I only found like 5 useful elephant noises, and there's a random button for it. But yes, as Calamir then turns from talking to you in perfectly normal common to trumpeting like an elephant towards this very large one who removes herself from behind the trees, trumpets back to Calamira, and cautiously approaches you. Calamira, you would understand that Dizzy is uncomfortable with all of these people.
I know, but he wanted to meet you, and you
Yes.
just be polite, please. He hasn't done anything wrong or like been threatening or anything.
And she really peeks up when you say threatening, and kind of like lowers her head to show off her tusks
No, I said he
in the
has
direction
not
of
been
Monty.
threatening.
Hmm.
She would like to show off her tusks. They're very sharp. I say that to Monty.
Yes, and Monty,
should
you
not
see this
touch
large
them. They're very
elephant
dangerous.
kind of cock its head to the side and scratch its head with its trunk, and then kind of resume a more normal posture for what it was doing beforehand. As Calamira realizes that Dizzy is finally understanding what she was trying to get across.
I'm sorry, but did you just say that she said?
Well, yes. I mean, one second.
Mike, please.
Yes, she doesn't really like. She talks, and I can understand her, and she can understand me. But it's through magic, right? It's not like, she doesn't speak common. That'd be silly.
Monty, are you armed?
Should have known you were some sort of caster. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Monty is.
What do you mean? Why would you know that?
You've been spouting minor illusions to show the pictures of Kaelin.
I have been. That is true. Fair enough.
To literally
Might
anybody
have been
who will
necessarily
listen.
paying attention to that, but
And most people who weren't.
That's fair.
Yes, Dizzy is very concerned that, like the other people around here, Monty is armed. And armed people are
I am
dangerous.
armed
Calamira.
too. It's fine. We all have arms, and I wiggle my arms.
That is not what Dizzy
we
meant.
already did this joke in the
Calamira.
last campaign. We can't do it again.
Yeah, but we didn't do it in front of other people, so it's okay.
Good joke, though.
All of the old jokes are fresh again.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's
All right.
fine. See.
Dizzy must love me then. I'm
Monty
not
is
armed.
gonna.
Yeah, Dizzy is much less
You
concerned
don't have
about
any
Nancy.
arms?
Oh right, never mind.
Yes, he has no
I have
arms.
I have no arms. You're right.
Yeah.
They're concealed. My arms are concealed.
Just like this.
Yep.
Anyway, Monty's gonna sort of go like, and begin just walking around Dizzy, sort of seeing what Dizzy's all about,
Dizzy
and
will-
getting a
I'm
good
gonna
look.
like take a step back and just like wide eye at you.
Dizzy will also try to slowly turn to follow your walking around, but Dizzy's not that great at turning on place. Dizzy-
Just
She's
remember
quite a
no
creature.
touching.
Though touching, don't you you do ride her, do you not?
I do, but like I said, she's like if I had a best friend who's super protective and has lethal tusks and can stomp someone to the dirt.
Dizzy trumpets
so
in
if,
agreement.
say, I attempted to ride her, that would be ill-advised.
It would be a very poor life choice on your part.
Yeah,
Please
and
don't do
all the
that
way
again.
up there, all like 13 feet in the air, Dizzy has a saddle. And some
Yes, I have a
saddlebags.
saddle. Yes, because I needed somewhere to put my shit.
Yep. And if you've got an elephant, it might as well carry it all.
Well, it would have been interesting.
I mean, you make friends with her, maybe she'll let you ride her. I don't know, but she's not like a pony at a children's park. Although those might
Captain
be
Monty
my
will take
experience.
out a little bit of the vegetable part of his meal that he had been eating, and see if Dizzy would like some.
The vegetable part of your meal is most likely like baked potatoes and carrots, because they're easy to transport. Dizzy approves. And
Give
Dizzy
some
will
carrots.
greedily take the carrots from you and scarf them around, because Calamira has not given Dizzy carrots in a very long time.
What do you mean? I give her all my carrots
You don't get any
from my
carrots.
lowly sad rations.
You haven't really had a lot of fresh food on this trip.
Oh, that's fair. I probably mostly had like baked oat bars
Yep.
for my rations. Yeah.
You have that
Sad-
stuff that
sad
the
shit.
yeah, that the elves carry in like Lord of the Rings, that it like fills you up, but it's basically dry bread.
What are
All
Dizzy's
right.
rations then?
Hey, and like
This-
animal feed.
Okay, so she gets literally 10 animal worth portions of hay a day.
Basically, yeah.
It's the hay that we're sleeping on.
Right.
That's how I'm transporting.
Mm-hmm. There's a
So
lot.
Monty,
It's a lot of the animal feed, because as you look over and the 2 oxen and the 6 horses are just like casually eating out of it.
All right. So the next thing Monty's gonna try is he's gonna try and pet Dizzy, and he's also going to try. No, she's from the other continent, so maybe he's gonna try speaking in Orcish.
Okay. What
See
would
if that
Monty
does
like to say in Orcish?
Just, like soothing words. I don't know. Generally, like, hey, Dizzy. Good girl.
Okay. As you
I'd
do
like
such.
to reply in Orcish. I don't think the animal likes that. Or the elephant, apologies.
Yeah, as Epsilon and Vincent hear a almost familiar guttural tongue as Monty speaks in Orcish to the elephant. Dizzy does not like that. Dizzy does not like that at all. And you see that you are upsetting this animal as Dizzy starts to like get more agitated and kind of start like stomping around.
Switch to Elvish.
I'd like to reply in Elvish. I don't think that'll work either.
No good on Elvish?
No,
Dizzy doesn't
maybe
seem
you should
to get
try
much.
to make friends with it first.
Who is speaking?
Yeah, and at this point you notice Vincent's been kind of just watching from the like sides of this camp. Eric, do you want to describe Vincent for everybody?
I am a somewhat average man of height. Blonde hair, short, messy blonde hair, yellow eyes. I am wearing a robe, mostly at all times to conceal my identity, and a red scarf. But of course, if I am socializing, like I am now with Monty, I would take off my hood because it's impolite.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't believe we've been introduced.
I believe
Captain
not.
Monty.
Vincent, it's a pleasure to meet you.
And Monty,
Sounds
you
like
get
you're
a
better acquainted with her than I am.
you get a slight kind of a twang from Vincent, almost an accent like reminiscent of like the Empire. You don't have to do an accent, Eric. It's fine.
I'll step away from Dizzy and say, "Are you an Imperial citizen?"
You could say that, yes. I am as much of a citizen as Dizzy here, I would think.
Have I met you?
Yeah.
We briefly made acquaintance as I came to port. We've spoken because your accent was very familiar and it was very welcoming.
Calamira, you've met a lot of people at the port.
I'm sorry.
There were so many people to share Calon with.
I'm
And
thinking,
boy, did you try.
What's your name?
My name is Vincent. It's a pleasure to meet you, Calamira.
Well, nice to meet you, Vincent. I'll try and remember since we're both on this journey together now. But I hope you understand. Like we go through so many ships and so many checklists and things for manifest. It's all blurs together.
Of course, I take no offense whatsoever. In fact, I prefer people forgot about me.
You're from the Empire too.
Yeah, you could say that. We are from similar places, you and I.
What were you doing there? I sort of get a little closer and I whisper, "What were you doing there as a human?"
Yes, that's right. I am. We were
But like,
came from the
orcs.
same continent. I was taught many languages by my mother.
Was your mother an orc?
No, I believe she was a dark elf. She was a very kind woman. She taught me many languages because I needed them for my profession.
For those of you familiar with D&D lore, not all dark elves in this world are pure evil and minions of Loth. Just going to put that one out there. Please don't think that. There is a knee-jerk reaction that dark elves are evil in D&D. And while I will not say that some are not. Yes.
What is your profession then?
I learn things about many people. It is my job to know things. One could say I'm a
Okay.
scholar, and one could also not, but let's just go with scholar.
What did you do in the Empire, if you don't mind me asking? Because when I was there, I did not see many people who are not orcs doing things freely, shall we say.
Yes, it was quite sad to see. I was documenting and reciting many things that many people were doing, including the orcs.
Well, that seems kind of vague, but okay. Your accent is on par, I guess, for what I would expect.
Yes, what will we expect? But your friend Dizzy here doesn't seem to like our new friend Monty.
And at this point, Dizzy has started to calm down.
Even with the approach of a new person.
Any better response from Elvish?
Well, Elvish did not elicit such a violent response, so yes. Elvish went over much better.
Okay.
As a Calamera, you kind of get from Dizzy, because you just, always have beast speech up, because why not? That Dizzy's very uncomfortable, because Dizzy's been spoken to that way before by Dizzy's last master.
I know. I'm so sorry, Dizzy. It's okay. I'll tell him that it's bad. I don't like it either. It makes me think of many things being yelled for a long time, so I can't blame you. Please do not talk to her in Orcish again. It is kind of it's like a trauma thing. Don't do that, okay?
I apologize. I thought it might have been a more familiar language to her, but apparently familiar
elephant?
in the wrong way. Yes. Horses can respond to phrases in common.
And Calamera, you will hear one of the
Oh
horses
yes,
kind of
I'm sure.
neigh
I
in the
actually
background
adore you
in
right
agreement.
Good.
It seems I'll have to use a different approach. I'll be right back. I'm going to go to my tent and get my lyre.
While all this is going on,
right this moment.
what has Epsilon been doing around dinner time? Just staring awkwardly into the center of the camp.
I was gonna go get him because I want to go talk to my friend who doesn't talk very much but listens very well.
May I would like to call Epsilon over. Would you care to come visit me and my new friend, Epsilon?
I'm sorry, friend. Your friend.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Your accent, I'm still trying to get used to your accent a little bit.
I apologize. I was a little preoccupied myself. Who were you referring to?
I was referring to Calamera and my new friend Dizzy. I'd like to shake Dizzy's hand if possible. Or trunk, I suppose.
You can try, but no touching, unless she wants to, which is unlikely.
I won't touch her. I would leave my hand there if she would like to grab it.
At this point, the small crowd gathering around Calamera and Dizzy has grown.
It is making me somewhat uncomfortable.
Alice is hiding behind Henry, off just a little bit further, watching this whole exchange, very keen on how the elephant is acting, because there was a lot of trumpeting. Some of the guards have started to look over in this direction, and Dizzy's fine with the approach of Epsilon, and Dizzy knows Epsilon, but mildly uncomfortable with this amount of people.
Hey, Epsilon, would you mind? Could you stand between Dizzy and all these people because she's getting very uncomfortable. I think I need to take her for a walk or something. I'm getting kind of overwhelmed too. Would you maybe help us a little bit, please?
Certainly. Folks, if you would please disperse. The elephant is getting agitated.
I'm losing my shit over this fucking
I knew that would happen because Emily and I knew the voice was coming.
Oh my god.
I had forgotten until he did it. It was pretty great.
It's so good though.
John knew the elephant was coming too.
Yes, because you guys had met.
Give Emily money, something's gonna happen.
You know, the second
And
I knew the
specifically
second I
say
gave
that
that
I
money.
can buy an elephant.
Yes, I gave permission. I knew it would happen. It's fine. I have plans.
You're the only DM who's ever let me have an elephant.
Plans for death.
Yes,
So-
because I am foolish. But I have learned from my past
You did it
mistakes.
twice though.
Well, the first time, accident. Second time, I knew this would happen.
This
I have
time it's
planned.
planned for. Oh no.
I looked
Which is
into
why I don't intend to use Dizzy in combat a lot. Because
I looked into rules regarding elephants. I knew what I was getting myself into. I am prepared. But yes, Epsilon, as you take a very authoritative stance, the crowd starts to go back to what they were doing. Eating food, preparing for sleep. It is getting quite late at this point.
I'm gonna return with my lyre.
Oh, what is that thing?
This is a lyre, small harp.
Looks like a baby harp.
You've definitely seen a harp before.
Adolescent.
Okay.
Is Dizzy a fan of music?
Oh, did Dizzy ever shake hands with Vincent or no? Just curious.
I don't know.
Not
Maybe.
yet. No, the crowd kind of got to Dizzy, and Dizzy started backing up more than looking to shake trunk with other people. Dizzy took a much more defensive stance. Not necessarily towards Vincent, just towards the growing crowd of people that Dizzy is still uncomfortable with.
Okay. I will have backed up and like I'm sort of tapping her trunk and like there. It's okay.
All right.
You can tell Dizzy's more
Mike,
overwhelmed than anything else. What you got?
Yes. You want to go for a
do I know
walk,
any
Sue?
songs about elephants?
Oh boy.
Well, Monty, do you know any songs about elephants?
I don't know. What did I roll to see if I know any songs about elephants?
Performance.
You know what? Give me performance with intelligence.
Performance intelligence.
So I think for you is
Okay.
just straight proficiency mod. Right?
Yeah. Well, proficiency mod. But yeah, just proficiency.
Yeah, because you're proficient in it, so Jack of all trades doesn't kick in
Everything
yet.
and I'm like +2 in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just roll? No, I can't click that. Okay, hold on.
I'm a fan of using other stats in skill rolls when applicable. Oh yeah, you know a couple tunes about elephants. You kind of think for a second, battle him, battle him, battle him. Oh, that one's a story.
Battle Hymn of the Elephant.
Elephants. Ridiculously strong war machines, much like Warforged.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm gonna start playing. Try something not too battle focused because I feel like Dizzy is not a fan. If I know anything, I'll
No,
play.
you
I'll
know
play
a couple just nice songs.
her a song on the lyre. Is that a separate check to see how good it is, or is this coming from the 12?
No, this is totally fine. Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah, the way I was going to handle that is I was looking at your actual performance score, right? So your passive performance is a 15.
Mhm.
So unless we're in like a particularly tense situation or there is a actual risk of failure, I'm not going to make you roll to play music at mildly successful levels with that kind of a score.
Okay.
I was just looking, I rolled
good.
to see how receptive to music Dizzy is and was going to make my DC based on that. Dizzy is very susceptible to music. Dizzy enjoys this, and maybe it's the large
Excellent.
ears. I don't know. But Dizzy does enjoy the music.
Oh, I think you've actually made a positive impression on her. That is pretty rare.
Mm-hmm. And at this point,
Good
Monty,
enough
you
to
have started to draw a crowd. It's a small camp, and you're breaking out some actual music. And once
Indeed.
again, the little girl
Monty's
Alice
really trying
is
to do
fascinated.
Get on this elephant, though. Does Dizzy look comfortable enough that Monty thinks he might be able to clamber on top?
Dizzy looks comfortable enough that Monty may be able to approach. If Monty would like to ascertain if Dizzy would allow Monty to climb on top, you can give me a straight wisdom animal handling check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, it's me. Don't be surprised.
Alex has a habit of getting a very oddly high percentage of natural 20s on Roll20, while I, on the other hand, have a very odd percentage of getting very low numbers on Roll20.
Those 1s, 2s, and 3s.
They just love me.
Yeah.
I just got to do everything inverse. Everything I roll is 20 minus what I actually rolled, so we're good.
Oh, there you go.
Or 21 minus. There we go. Because then I can't have a 0. But yeah. Yeah, no. Dizzy understands your intention and understands that you mean no harm to Calamira or Dizzy. And Dizzy will kneel down so that you can approach. And Calamira, you have a pseudo rope ladder hanging from this saddle, right?
Yes, I do. I do, in case I'm too tired to jump.
Also goes 12 feet in
You
the
could
air.
jump 10 feet in the air?
Yes, I can.
Goat things.
I'm just
It's
impressed
the
now.
legs. I'm all legs, okay?
Monty's gonna climb on.
Yeah. And you do. It was a little odd at first. You've never mounted something so large. You've been on plenty of horses, not a problem. And it's a similar experience. You have to sit a little differently once you're actually in the saddle of the elephant, because it's a much larger seat than the horse. But you are now on top of the elephant, and at this point, everybody is looking at you on top of an elephant.
Izzy, do you
And-
want to go for a walk? Your new friend? Get away
Yes,
from all these
yes,
people?
Izzy would like to go, or Dizzy would like to go for a walk.
All right, let's go.
Right.
I'm just gonna walk off away from everybody into the wilderness.
Whoa!
With Monty
It's fun.
just...
We like go for walks. It's fun. Just hang on.
Lady Marion, I'll be back in a bit.
Have fun.
Most of you at this point notice, Irvin and Alice are just starry-eyed watching the man playing beautiful music rotting in the back of an elephant. Which is something that most people don't see in their lifetimes.
Is there forest around us, or is it
Yes.
open fields?
It is mostly forest around you guys.
Okay.
It's not particularly dense, but it is getting very dark very fast in the woods.
Okay. Well, we won't go too far. Just out of the sight of people. And then I'm just going to turn to Monty and be like, I am frankly very impressed. I was very worried that you were going to get hurt and do something dumb, and she was going to kill you. And that wouldn't be the first time, and I really didn't want it to happen again. So,
Dizzy will
I'm
trumpet
so glad
in
that she's made
complaint.
another friend, though.
And Calamir, you will understand that
thank you for
Dizzy does
being
not think that was
concerned.
her fault last time.
No, it was more their fault. I understand that. They did look very threatening, and then they did actually pull a knife. So I understand. But you did kill me. Oh. Yes, well. Oh, we should have
Well, I appreciate your
Epsilon
concern.
with us.
Back at the camp,
All
Epsilon
right.
is just standing where he last was after dispersing the crowd, not asked to do anything since.
Ah, yes. What next to do?
Is he coming after us?
Can I hear it? Is the question.
Yeah, you guys can probably hear that.
All right,
We're not
I'll
that
always-
far, and it's an elephant in Calamira. You can hear it.
I recognize the
Probably
voice.
like
I'll
a
head that way.
swath.
Yes. Okay, now you hear Calamira yelling your name off in the darkness of the woods. How does Epsilon respond to this?
I don't think it sounds troubled, right? It just sounds like someone's calling my name.
I will let that be up to you.
Yeah, I will bound off in that direction, but not like, in a Russian manner. It doesn't sound like she's
You
blood
don't like roll
curdles.
into a ball and just like
Yeah,
fly,
no.
right?
You just-
You
And
don't
you just
shift
hear-
into like a small
Roll
fighter
out.
plane and take off.
Yes. I do
Not
need
a dump
like,
truck or
vehicle
a
mode.
semi.
That would have been so cool. A lot of the backgrounds came with like land vehicle proficiency,
Great.
like turn into something.
Your land vehicle
on it.
proficiency is you turn
Yo!
into a dump truck.
I'm so disappointed with myself now.
I will think on this. The great voice
yeah,
in the
I'll
sky
head in
will
that.
deliberate.
Thank you, benevolent God.
Well, I appreciate your concern, but I can handle myself. I'd be all right.
Okay, I'm just saying she's very protective, so I was concerned. But
I saw. She's quite noble.
she is definitely that, yes. She's a wonderful creature, very loving, very caring, very protective. Almost like a lot sometimes, but like don't tell her I said that.
To be honest, this is the first elephant I've ever seen not wearing armor.
I'm working on it. She's just very expensive to feed, so I could not afford armor and the saddle.
I didn't mean that as a comment against your wealth. I more meant it as just in the context when I've seen elephants. They've been armored. Cavalry. That's
Fair
it.
enough. Most of the
Yes.
ones, well, not all of them. When I was in whatever the name of the empire is,
Rohian.
the ones we saw were mostly like wearing training gear more than armor, like a harness and things. Because the armor was really, they were
Expensive.
trained to carry it, but it's also kind of heavy, so leaving it on them all the time is a lot. And when we left,
Heavy and
Dizzy
hot.
didn't have all that on, unfortunately.
And at this point, Epsilon has caught up to you in the woods.
Epsilon, I'm so sorry I left you behind. I didn't mean to, but I really appreciate you helping us out there. I was kind of worried that they were going to like really stress Dizzy out and me out. I don't really want to draw too much attention to ourselves, as you can hopefully understand.
Hello, friend. That's
Oh,
no problem at all.
I'm sorry if I ended up causing a scene then. I just...
Oh, no, you're fine. I don't think anybody on this caravan would mean us harm. I just don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves, although I think now that we're on this continent, it should be relatively okay.
Empire trouble?
Legally? No. No.
That is
no
technically
trouble.
correct, Epsilon. From
You
your
seemed
understanding.
like a... You seem like a good person to me, at least so far. If any trouble comes our way during this caravan, don't worry. I'm sure myself and our friend can help.
Well, thank you. Are you protecting Lady Marianne? Is that right?
Yes, she's been traveling, doing some business dealings. And I've been her guard captain for that time.
I see. You're very well spoken. Where are you from?
Oh, I hail from the kingdom.
Would I know what that means?
Yeah. Yeah. This what you
Okay.
have at least a high level understanding that this was all once the kingdom, and 8 years ago it split, and there's now the principality, the duchy, and the kingdom, and they are at war. The principality and the duchy versus the kingdom. But more importantly, while you are having this conversation, you all hear a very loud explosion coming from the direction of your campsite. So back to the people at the camp.
Would we be able to take a pause here? I really need to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Same, actually.
Yes.
Just,
If
like,
you guys
dying
want to
here.
run to the bathroom fast, I'll handle the people back at the campsite.
Okay, great.
So you guys, you've just been chilling. They walked off. They didn't invite you. And they didn't invite you the second time. But yeah, everybody starts to go back to what they were doing. Everybody is chilling, getting ready for food. The playing of the lyre and the elephant have drawn a lot of people towards the center of the camp. Most of the guards have been watching what was going on because they don't even get that kind of quality music commonly in the area. When both of you kind of notice, Vincent a little more because he's generally on guard, but Marianne, you're not too bad at this yourself. Notice some rustling in the bushes nearby. As everybody is more or less settled into their tents, you're not sure what to expect. You know people went off into the woods. But you were caught a little by surprise when a little green figure wanders out of the bushes with this large sack of sorts. And just while I'm doing this installation, I'd like both of you to give me an initiative roll. This is not necessarily open combat, but it's important for how you react to things. That's exactly what I expected. As Vincent, you're the first to react as this small green thing that you recognize as a goblin pulls from out of his sack a small metal contraption that is leaking this black powder and lobs it into the direction of the campfire. As a loud explosion racks the campfire, followed by 4 other ones around the nearby tents.
So what you're telling me is I attack.
Well, no, what I'm telling you is you're the first one to respond to this.
Got it, and I attack.
How would you like to attack this goblin?
I would like to attack him with my hidden blade.
Alright, this thing is probably like just on the outskirts of this camp from you. So you're going to sprint towards him with your hidden blade.
Yes, I absolutely am.
Cool. Give me a hidden blade attack. As everybody starts screaming. Okay, as you charge towards this thing, whipping out from your sleeve a bladed weapon, another explosion goes off next to you, sending you skidding across the ground. You don't even reach it with your weapon. As the guards are caught off guard, the horses and the oxen are freaking out. We're going to pause for a moment and let Alex and Emily and John respond from what they're doing, so I know what they're happening on their side. On the other end, I had explosion sound effects, but they weren't very good, so I took them off. Things were always going to blow up.
Just do the John Cena trumpets, you'll be good.
I don't have it on the soundboard anymore. I took it off because it wasn't a very clean clip either. Short intermission if people want to run to the bathroom as well. Another back, never mind. Are we good?
Sorry, I'm here.
That's fine. We can fit an intermission into our schedule for the next time we do this. That may be a better plan. Wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah, and if I had more time to prepare, I would have been fine. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine. You're fine.
No, I went earlier. That's why I turned my camera up for a second.
Well, that's because Sam can just make her
missed
character just sit on the side and drink tea.
That's what she's doing.
Pinky out, Sam. Pinky out. You're
She
a
is
lady of
quite literally
status.
just vibing.
Yeah, until
Question, Mike. Can I cast
Yes.
spells from the back of Dizzy?
as long as your hands are free, yeah. Or you have at least one free
Okay.
hand.
So like if we're not actively moving.
Yeah. Well, you only need like one.
I could
free
Eldritch
hand.
Blast from Dizzy's back.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you can Eldritch
Okay.
Blast in the back of Dizzy if you want.
In that case, I would like to leap up behind Monty.
Okay.
Onto Dizzy.
Cool, because you guys hear these explosions going off. After the first one, you hear another cluster of explosions. And bright lights and a pillar of smoke erupting from where your camp is.
Yeah, definitely jumping up behind Monty. If there are reins or like directions, or I need to kick my heels in, I like to get Dizzy to go towards that direction.
You probably
do
have
that.
reins more than stirrups on the elephant.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But you can also like verbally command Dizzy as well, because you can speak to Dizzy. So not a big problem for
I was
you.
like, Dizzy, let's go. We have to
Yep.
go help people. There's
And-
something bad happening at camp.
Dizzy will kick into high gear and sprint towards the camp. Epsilon, what are you doing? Since once again, you've been left behind.
Just turn full out. Now I'm sprinting.
And this elephant?
Back.
Fast.
Are you, as they say, rolling out?
Autobots,
I haven't achieved
roll
that form yet.
out. We just see next to Dizzy, Epsilon just doing a bunch of somersaults at high speed. It's not an effective way to travel, but it works. Music, stay music. Yes.
No, I just spin my Logitech above my head really quickly. Become a helicopter.
I like it. So yeah, Marianne, you are shocked as your peaceful excursion from Stormport to Doka has now erupted in literal flames. As the first wave of explosions have died down, you see multiple goblins sprinting in and out from behind the tents. Your tent now on fire. You kind of recover after the first explosion goes off, blinding you for a moment, and the second one that sends Vincent flying. Everybody's screaming. You kind of see out of this corner of your eye that the dwarf sailor, Sapphire Braids, is on the ground bleeding. Two of the guards have also fallen. One seemingly unconscious. There's other guards trying to keep the horses under control.
I will, let's see. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to go into my starry form.
Oh, we're opening that up. Okay.
I'll go into the archer one.
Okay, would you like to describe what you look like as you raise from your seat?
Okay. So she starts glowing, and her hair kind of turns into like the lightish, more purple-y kind of color. And everything is like glowing. Her eyes are glowing, and then across, well, you can't really see it, but across her back there would be like these like star constellation tattoo of like a bow and arrow.
Emily. Screwing up my nameplates.
Wow, rip. I just saw Eric's roll. That sucks.
It's okay. He was intercepted by a explosive, so it's fine. Yeah. As you guys are charging back now, Monty, Calamira, hearing the explosion from a normal stand, leapt onto the back of this elephant and kicked Dizzy into full gear. As Dizzy and Epsilon are now
so
full
we're
sprint.
both on Dizzy. Okay.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yes. Vincent, as you're kind of like clearing your eyes and starting to pull yourself up, you see Marianne for the first time this evening moving from her seated position. And in full glowy mode. You've never seen anything like this before. Because at every one of her joints, there is almost like a star-shaped glowing. And she looks like a living constellation. Okay.
First of all, I'm in awe. And second of all, I need to get my head back in the killing this piece of shit who just hit me.
Yeah, as you hear the goblin like cackle and start running back into the woods now.
Oh, it's Gobos.
Oh, it's Gabos.
Okay, all right. Cackle in my face. All right, I see how it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Marianne, would you like to do anything else? You can see like 2 goblins within like 50 feet of you, but these guys are moving fast. They're darting like in and out of the tents and lighting things on fire.
Okay, I'm going to. Okay, so do I have another action and bonus action?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We're in like loose combat-y. We're in narrative combat right now.
Okay. I'm going to cast Spare the Dying on whoever is unconscious next to me.
The poor dwarf.
Yeah. I'll cast Spare the Dying on him as a bonus action, and then I'm going to cast. I can cast 2 spells, right? Because the other one was
is
bonus.
Spare the Dying a cantrip?
Yes.
Then yes. 1 second. 2 spells in one turn is you can cast a bonus action spell if your action's the cantrip, right?
Yeah, and I was just gonna cast Toll the Dead on one of the goblins.
Or vice versa,
Oh.
I think.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. I think either one of those works out for me. I'm down. Cool. Are you aiming for the one that Vincent tried to stab?
Yes.
I like it. Gobby boy, there you are.
Oh boy. Oh man. I
Shall
forgot.
rename him Gobby boy.
The Toll the Dead isn't in here, so that's roll.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
not
yeah,
prepared. What?
No.
It's what, a D8?
Yeah,
Too much
D8.
time on that backstory.
Yeah.
Or my
No,
wisdom.
there's somebody else who spent way too much time on their backstory.
Or is it spell attack bonus? Or is it just my wisdom?
It's a saving
auto
throw,
ability?
so it's just a straight D8 from you, and it fails
Okay,
pretty
got it.
spectacularly. He rolled a 2, and so did you, as you disrupt the thinking of this one goblin, and it kind of like looks around and then looks at you, and its eyes just go wide, and it starts bolting. Vincent, you see this goblin now shook and running, as you've at this point pulled yourself to your feet. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'd like to chase after him and hopefully catch up to him. How far is he?
At this point, he's sprinting, and
No. Okay.
so he's like 60 feet into the woods away from you now.
60 feet. Okay, I'd like
Yeah,
to
he was-
chase after him.
He was 10 away from you when you got knocked down, and then he's kind of running.
All right. Okay, that's fine. You know what? That's fine. I'll chase after him and throw my stars.
Okay. Give me a throwing star. For those of you playing at home, we are using remastered martial equipment, which apparently doesn't
you
help
fuck-
Eric. Eric, I am
no.
sorry that you have my dice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mike, you gave Eric your dice.
I love how the mirrors let us see his anger, and
You see him
you can see how upset he is.
storming out.
As Vincent gets to his feet and kind of still dazed, whips a star in that direction, just nothing.
Can I just ask a question? Is my video like really laggy for everyone? Because I'm watching it on the stream and it's just like me jerking around.
Yep. A little bit.
Oh, great. Love it.
You're
The fuck is
usually
this
a little
gigabit
Yeah.
Ethernet even good for? Nothing, apparently.
Yeah, so as Vincent throws his star into the abyss of the night, Dizzy and Epsilon enter the scene, charging back into the camp. And as you do, you see a lot of the tents are on fire. People are down. Explosions have rocked a couple of these areas, some of the sleeping places you guys were in. The supply cart is burning. The animals are freaking out. The guards are trying to keep the animals under control, or at least the ones that are still standing. 2 of them are unconscious on the ground, like the dwarf. Irvin is hiding in the fetal position under one of the tents, just behind, under the back of it. And as you come charging in, you hear Henry screaming for Alice, and no response.
Oh shit! Where is the little girl? Do I see her?
Give me a perception check. You know what? I'll take it with advantage from the vantage point of the back of this elephant for this specific case.
Wow.
I will give you advantage on that, so you can roll one more.
Oh, advantage. Okay.
Yeah. Also,
hit that button again, then.
some of you have DM inspiration and can reroll at least 1 die today. So this most important for somebody who is directly below me on my screen here, who may want to reroll his 3rd natural 1 on his next attack. Okay, 12 is better. And yeah, you catch this really, really faint, papa being screamed as you see deeper into the woods 2 goblins dragging Alice away.
Oh, hell no. I'm be like, Dizzy, do you see her? And I'll pull Dizzy that direction.
Dizzy does not see her. Dizzy is not very good at night.
I'm still going to pull her that direction.
Yep.
And be like, Alice is over that little girl who liked you so much.
Dizzy's charging. Dizzy is full on charging at that.
No, don't hurt her though, Dizzy, no.
Okay. As Dizzy, Calamira, and Monty, because he has no choice at this point, is dragged away. Monty, what are you doing?
All right.
I throw you probably one person.
So
Just chuck you off.
how far am I from some of these events?
You guys had just gotten to the end, the outskirts of the camp. See, I knew I should have made a map for this.
I just need to know if I'm in 60 feet. That's it.
You are within 60 feet of at least 1 goblin you can see. The goblins carrying Alice away are much further, and one is just out of 60 feet of you, fleeing from the now glowing Lady Marianne, which, Calamira, you also see. Marianne is standing in the middle of the camp and glowing like she's lit up with stars. And you might even catch her back because she's probably facing away from you at this point, and see a bunch of spots kind of glowing through her dress. Epsilon, you see the same thing as you arrive a fraction of a moment later, because Dizzy is slightly faster than you. Oh yeah, Monty.
Okay. Am I within 60 feet of Marianne?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to use my combat inspiration, and I'm gonna pull out my my bugle / trumpet and play a inspiring charge. No, I'm not playing. What is that? Reverie?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Want to hit taps?
No, I'm not playing taps. Playing an inspiring charge ditty. I'm gonna give Sam or Marianne a combat inspiration. So you can do anything you do with the with the normal bardic inspiration. It's a D6, but you can also add it as damage to an attack, or as AC if you get hit by an attack. So
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, Monty and Epsilon are going to be a really scary duo.
All right, and then action.
Epsilon 300 attacks in his
turn.
turn.
Do I see
Monty,
anyone within 60 feet who is injured and down?
Yes.
Oh
there
wait,
are...
shoot. Those are bonus actions. Never mind. Okay, I can't do it.
Also, Dizzy will respond to your trumpeting as you guys are charging in the direction that you're told Alice is being carried off. Actually, no, you just straight see because you have dark vision. Never mind, you're good.
Oh, okay, great. And
Yeah,
but
you're
it's
an
not
elf.
within
You can
60 feet, right?
No, but it's like dim light in the woods, so that's why it's harder for Calamira to notice it. Also, she was searching, but with direction, you see what's happening. As they're
Then I'm going to
breaking line
hold
of
my
sight.
action and wait for Dizzy to charge, because I just heard Calamira yell that out. And I'm going to hold Dissonant Whispers to cast on one of the goblins dragging the little girl.
I like it. I like it. Okay, Epsilon, you're arriving
Is
on
that
the
specific
scene.
enough for you, Mike? I know you said you.
Yeah, that's good. Well, it's just for
Alright.
everybody's sake that we know what the triggers are for our conditions.
Mhm.
Okay, Epsilon, you're arriving on the scene. Everything is in fire. People are down. Marianne is glowing like she's lit up with stars. Vincent looks very upset. And Calamira, Dizzy, and Monty have started to charge off deeper into the woods past the camp. You also hear Henry screaming for his daughter Alice, and everybody else just generally screaming.
Where's the nearest goblin?
50 feet to the eastern side of the camp. So if Alice is going north, Vincent was fighting on the west. There's a goblin on the east. Marianne's kind of in the middle.
Oh, sorry, say that one more time.
So you have the camp, right? There are goblins dragging Alice away in the north. That is where Monty, Calamira, and Dizzy are going. In the middle, you have Marianne glowing and doing her thing. On the western side, I don't know what this looks like for you. Doesn't matter because it just means you're the opposite side of Vincent. Vincent is throwing things into the darkness. And on the east, there is a goblin that is like 50 feet away from you.
All right. So the goblin that's 50 feet away from me, I'm going to dash to get to him, and then manifest echo, so that way I have an echo on the opposite side of him. So if he moves, I get an opportunity attack.
I like it. I like it. So what does your echo look like?
It is pretty much just a mirror copy of myself, but it's like a dark, ashy version in a sense.
Okay.
Definitely looks magical.
Cool. So Epsilon dashes up in full speed and kind of an ashen version splits from himself, pincering this goblin as its eyes also go wide and its jaw drops. Okay. Vincent, are you continuing your pursuit?
Do I hear Alice's father call out to her?
Yes. And at this point, because you're further from the camp, you probably heard Alice respond, but like really faintly in the other direction, like the northern direction.
I'd like to dash. Am I allowed to dash twice because of funny action?
Yeah, you're a rogue, so yes.
I'd like to dash twice towards Alice's voice.
Okay, cool. You are full speed Naruto running through the trees at this point.
Perfect.
Jeez.
Towards where you heard Alice's voice. Cool. Okay. That gives you a good amount of distance. You are well ahead of the elephant at this point, because they just got here.
Oh yeah.
And you are hearing the trumpeting from behind and another explosion kind of going off in the distance. And you get into vision of 3 goblins and Alice. And they're kind of like carrying her above them as they're like full speed running away from the camp up this almost like a animal trail into the woods.
I don't have any more action to do anything, correct?
Not right now, but you are like 15 feet from these guys as you like burst out of the underbrush towards them.
Got it. Copy that. And my turn. 5 cards face down.
I like it. All right, Marianne, you're in the middle of this camp, glowing. People are screaming. Epsilon has surrounded a goblin by himself. What are you doing?
How many goblins are in the camp?
You've seen 2 of them, but you've heard more. One of them has fled into the woods after you told the dead at him. And the other one is currently surrounded by Epsilon.
Okay. So that's the only 2 I can see at the moment, right?
Yes.
Okay. I will, I'm gonna throw a fucking arrow at it.
Okay, cool.
In
How
my starry form.
do you want to describe the arrow?
Okay. Let me see. Just a sec. So, it kind of looks like a spell. So it looks like this kind of like bolt. Think of like a Zeus lightning bolt coming out of her hand, but it's like really bright and it's shimmering like a star. And she just grabs it and just like chucks it at the goblin that Epsilon has cornered.
Sure. Give me an attack for your, like, star thing.
Oh boy. Okay. It's a ranged spell attack. Okay. And then plus 5, I think?
D20 plus proficiency plus wisdom. So, yeah, 5 for you.
Okay. Hey!
Ooh!
Damn.
Hit us with that crit damage.
Guys, we flipping coins here?
Yes, so it's either 1 or 20. We have no
Yeah.
in between unless you're Calamira. And then she only rolls it.
Thank you. Yes, thanks.
Calamira thinks around average. Apparently, Marianne and Monty only roll 20s.
I rolled a 9.
And nobody saw Vincent.
Okay.
So I'll say, because this is relevant, Sam, if you want to use the combat inspiration, that'd be an extra 2d6. So.
Well, you're already
Because you
2d8
double all the
plus 3.
dice.
2d8? Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, because you double your all dice involved in this.
Okay, and then.
So you have 11 damage, and you can choose to use your inspiration if you want.
Is this against a goblin?
It's against a
How
goblin.
does it look?
Well,
Fucking annihilate this
you have
goblin.
to tell me before the damage is calculated. But it's a goblin, Sam.
I'll just chill. I'll chill
Yeah.
for now.
As you just kind of turn in full glowy mode and hurl this lightning bolt of starry energy at it, just leaving a giant hole in the chest of this goblin that's pinned by Epsilon. As it's just still staring at him, not even time to recognize what is happening, as it just kind of like falls backwards, smoking.
Sorry. And then I'll turn and is that goblin that like left still there, or can I see the back
He's
of
been
him?
bolting.
Oh.
You probably can't even see him at this point anymore because he got hurt and he started running.
Okay.
Goblins,
will
not very brave.
Yeah. I will hold my action of pull the dead for the next goblin that I see.
Okay. And at this point, Dizzy has brought Calamir and Monty into range of these goblins for Monty to do what he would like to do.
Okay, so I need whatever goblin is carrying the girl. I don't know if they're all just carrying them together.
It's kind of a 3-man
Carrying her
job
together.
for them.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I'm just targeting whichever one looks the dirtiest. And
They're all
pretty
they need to
dirty.
make a wisdom saving.
Well, this is his reaction triggering for holding his action.
Oh, okay.
As you guys come in range,
I got you.
then I'll go to you and Dizzy, and then back to Monty. And I'm kind of just going in a
I was just
circle at this
confused.
point.
Good.
Yeah. Cool. So it's a whiz for them, right? Wisdom save for him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Boop boop boop. I doubt it's good. They're not very good at this. Yeah, that's a 9.
All right, that fails, and he
Yeah.
takes 12 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, as
So
you
if
guys,
his head blows up or something.
yeah, as you are gaining this distance now, Calamir, you can see these goblins better. Monty, not a problem. Vincent bursts out of these bushes.
I take out my trumpet. And I
As
begin
Monty-
to very quietly play Flight of the Bumblebee.
And Vincent, because you are much closer, you see this better than the others. This third goblin is like kind of carrying like Alice's like left shoulder, starts to like turn red in the face, and then just blood spurts from his eyes and his ears as he just crumples to the floor, almost dropping Alice as the other two like barely manage to like hold her up without hitting her onto the floor too hard, and start screaming in this like really annoying, chittering kind of like speech. Okay, Calamir and Dizzy. You guys are gaining distance. Yeah, that'll hit one of them.
Okay.
16 will definitely hit a goblin. And 12
damn it.
will just blow its whole left shoulder off of it. And at this point, the last goblin kind of drops Alice to the ground as he's trying to carry her. And she hits pretty hard. As the goblin is still trying to drag her away. And it starts screaming louder in this weird chittering noise as Dizzy's just charging in this direction, not officially making a charge attack at this thing. But the action of moving at a high speed for an elephant
Is the charge. Gotcha.
is often referred to as a charge. As in-
So, I'm moving with Dizzy then?
yes, you are on top of Dizzy. Mounted
Okay.
combat-wise,
And how
you
fast
are
is
moving
Dizzy
with it.
moving? How far away are we from her now?
Dizzy would have sprinted to close this gap this close. So you're probably like 30-ish feet from these goblins at this point. Vincent's up there
Okay.
much closer than you. Vincent, you've emerged from these bushes and two of these goblins just been eviscerated. Like,
Could I jump down and run up to them or no?
you could, yeah.
Okay, I want to do that then.
Yeah.
And get within 5 feet if I can. I think I have a 35 foot movement, so I should be able to.
Yes, yeah. You can very, very gracefully leap off of Dizzy and close that gap with your movement, yes. So you're
Okay.
now within 5 feet of the goblin.
I'm just going to go "Rawr!" and try threatening.
As the thing is
Scare this
already
away after
screaming
I've
and
blasted a hole in
panicking
the
in
other
this
one.
really chittering noise, Calamira makes a funny face at it. And it is, in the dark, very threatening. Might be the horns. Monty. 2 down.
I'm
You're on the
going
back
to
of
do the
an
same
elephant.
thing. I'm going to jump off of Dizzy.
Okay.
And
Are you
start running towards the
descending from
goblin.
Dizzy normally? Or are you leaping off of Dizzy?
So you said they're about 30 feet. I have
Yes.
30 feet of movement. So I would need to jump if I want to get to him, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we're doing that.
Okay, I like it.
Are yourself, boy.
He's probably
So-
okay. No, he's okay. Yeah. No, I'm good with that. You have training in athletics.
Okay.
You're not that high up that this is going to overly impede you right now in this chase sequence. So you're good. You dismount Dizzy in a forward direction. And are you trumpeting again, or are you closing
Can I do the
distance?
Legolas slide down the trunk, though? Or is that acrobatics?
Dizzy likes you enough. Dizzy will allow it.
I don't think Monty could do that, but, you know. He might try. Okay, then I'm
I'll allow
gonna... Alright. It's dope.
Yes,
Anyway,
it is. It's very dope.
I'm gonna run up to the goblin, draw my saber, because I didn't fucking bring my crossbow, and take a swing at it.
Okay. Give me that attack roll. Does 13 hit
Ooh,
this
that's not
Gobby
good.
boy? Does 13 hit this Gobby boy? I keep closing his sheet like a dummy. No, 13
Depends on
does
if he has
not
a
hit this
shield or
Gobby
not, I don't
boy.
know.
As the saber comes like swinging in, and the goblin just barely ducks it as you kind of pull your swing, realizing that Alice is getting like jostled around in the middle of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Okay. Does Alice look injured?
She's got a nice bump now from being dropped, and is starting to be dragged across the floor currently.
Hmm. Okay. That's it for me. I'm not gonna do anything
Okay.
else.
Epsilon, the goblin you have surrounded, is crumpled to the floor with a hole in its chest. As Marianne kind of just like turns back away from what you were doing to look in the direction of the other goblin.
Thanks.
I'm gonna head back towards the caravan.
Back towards the
And-
flaming camp.
I will move my echo with me. Are there any goblins in the caravan itself currently?
Give me a perception check. Nope.
Do not.
No goblins.
All right. I'm just gonna hang out until I see anybody. Pretty much enter guard mode.
Gotcha. As you and your echo take guard mode stances in the camp. Vincent, Monty, and Calamira, you see this goblin screaming, just drop Alice, disengage, and start bolting into the woods.
Freaking coward.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to kill it when I get the chance. It can't run that far.
Vincent, you see this goblin has bolted, and he's now like 30, 40 feet from you into the woods. You know if you don't
I can catch up. I can catch up.
What would you like?
Let's do cunning action dash so I can get in his face,
Okay.
and then I'll do a double attack with hidden blade and whip dagger.
I like it. So you bolt up, catching this goblin off guard right in front of it. Give me your main hand whip dagger attack. That'll just hit this goblin because he's not wielding a shield. Sorry, they're all a little updated because armor's new. Armor's different. I had to go and update a lot of the sheets. So yeah, give me.
I thought I hit the damage.
You're fine. Give me damage on the whip dagger. If you click the actual words whip dagger in chat,
Order, by the way.
there you go. 7 is exactly enough to kill this goblin.
I'm not done yet.
You can
No.
carry on your attack, but he is
Okay, I can sneak
dead
attack
on the
too, right?
first hit. Yes, because you're in solo combat with him and you are a duelist. Is that a roll for? Oh, you have it like that's interesting. I like it. I see how that's set up. Yeah, so you land your first attack beautifully. How do you want to eviscerate this goblin since you have failed so far to catch them? And you now catch this guy and he's done.
I teleport in front of him. I throw my whip dagger through his skull, and I take his brains out.
Nice. Now, would you describe this as like Mortal Kombat, like brutal fatality? Is this elegant? Is this effortless?
This is brutal because I'm definitely pissed that they chose to try to kidnap a kid.
Cool. Yeah. So Calamir and Epsilon, as this last one bolts away from you, just kind of dodging your attacks, you're ready for it. You see Vincent move way faster than you ever thought he could, and catch up in front of this thing. And from your view, you just see the back of this goblin's head erupt as a knife goes out and then flies back.
Oh.
And you see it just crumple in front of a very angry looking Vincent.
Oh.
Well struck.
Alice is now on the ground, screaming as she's kind of coming to what is going on because she's been in shock.
I'm going
Marianne.
to run up to her if I can. Where are we? Oh, yeah.
Well, you're kind of like right next to her right now. So you're good. I'll get to you. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
You guys time out nicely because both you and Monty are right next to her. So I'll get you guys a second. Marianne, you don't see any other goblins in the area. Epsilon is kind of charged into the camp. Everybody's still screaming. The fires have been spreading.
Oh no. Epsilon, you wouldn't happen to have anything to douse the fires, would you?
No.
Great. All right. I don't have anything. I will try to. I'm like, can thaumaturgy do anything? I don't think so.
You can change the color of the flames.
I will. Are there people still in the camp?
Yes. So now that you've calmed down a little bit, and are not taking aggressive action, kind of notice Irvin is cowering under a nearby tent. Henry is still yelling for Alice and like running frantically from like tent to tent. The guards have calmed most of the horses down, and some of the drivers have started to try to like douse some of the nearby fires themselves with whatever they can find. The water is near the animals. And there's the female dwarf and 2 guards still on the ground unconscious. But
okay, I will move to them, and one of them I will cast. One of them I will use my 1 point of healing hands on someone, and I will spare the dying the other person.
Okay, cool. So, Epsilon, you see Marianne already glowing in this kind of really pretty purple light. Reach down and touch her hand to one of the guards, and this like almost gray-white light emanates from it as she seems to heal them slightly. And Marianne, you feel this almost familiar like tickle on the back of your neck as you release a little bit of this divine energy. And yes, 2 are spared. 1 is at 1 hit point. On the ground. 1 guard kind of coming to, still on the ground.
Great.
Calamira. Yeah, sorry. Do you have something else you'd like to do? I was pretty sure that was all of your stuffs. Right. Calamira, Alice is crying on the ground. You can see she's kind of like a bruised knee at this point. No goblins currently in sight.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to kneel down and touch her knee and use my healing light to heal 1d6 damage to her.
Okay, I like it.
Oh, it's okay. There. And I tapped her on the head. It's okay. What is it? Does Dizzy act on my turn, or?
Yes, Dizzy acts on your turn. Dizzy acts
okay,
at the end
I
of
would like
your
Dizzy
turn,
to move up
technically,
next to us and like take a defensive stance, sort of facing out towards the woods to keep an eye out for anything else that could be out there.
In the direction the goblins are running, or the direction you came from? Or I mean, you're in woods,
running.
But okay, cool. Dizzy will do such as you release divine-looking light. How do you want your divine light to look like? You have
I think
your
my fingertips will sort of start to glow with a sort of like peachy warm light, not like a red creepy, like a soft peachy pink, and just like go out of my fingers into whatever I'm touching. I don't know if I have to touch her or not. I don't think I have to, but for flavor in this case I would be.
Yeah, I'll check that for next combat session, but for now you're close enough, it doesn't matter. I'm not sure.
I can see them within 60 feet. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah,
then yes, you can bathe her in this light, this warm, like peachy rose-colored light, and you can heal her wounds.
It is a d6, so let's see how shitty it is. Yeah, not too bad.
4. We take those on d6s.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause-
perfectly happy with that.
I mean, Eric would take that on a d20. On the bright side, though, he rolls really high on his damage rolls. He rolled max damage, or almost max damage on his damage, which is, you know what really matters.
Does he
Okay.
hold an attack action if anything approaches?
Dizzy. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Dizzy takes up a defensive stance, lowering her head in a very aggressive manner, much like she did to Monty earlier. Monty, you see Dizzy step in front of you, both of you guys, and the direction the goblins are running in, as Calamira releases this, like, peachy rose-like energy that seems to heal the wounds on Alice. As I'm assuming, off on the side, Vincent hasn't gotten to his turn yet, but is like anime whipping the blood off of his knife, in a very dramatic sense.
He licks the
Vincent's or not Vincent.
Whoa there.
That's not me.
Goblins weren't rich.
Monty's gonna. I mean, I'm guessing I don't see any other goblins around here.
Nope. But you can still hear, smell, and see the burning camp behind you.
Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna turn to Calamira and say, "Keep her safe. I'm going back to camp." And then I'm gonna dash back towards camp.
Okay. You
Yep, Dizzy got it.
probably arrive in camp with your dash. You guys weren't that far away, because Dizzy was able to dash through the camp and get there. So you arrive in the outskirts of the camp, and you see two Epsilons standing in the middle of it. One of them kind of ashen. Marianne is in full glowy mode, as you see her just finish this like almost yellowish gray light on the one guard who kind of opens his eyes on the ground. Some of the guards are frantically trying to pat out the flames with whatever they can. And Henry's still screaming for Alice. And Irvine is still hiding under a tent in the fetal position.
Do I have enough time to say to Henry, "Don't worry, your daughter's fine"?
Yeah, sure. And he'll just kind of
That's it.
look back at you in like full stopping like mid-scream and a really raspy voice because he's been screaming in smoke for a hot minute here. Just start to like kind of mouth like thank the gods, and like his eyes tear up.
Mhm.
Epsilon,
Okay, I think that's it for me.
you hear the girl is safe. Everybody's screaming, patting things out. There are two of you. Marianne's glowing in all different colors. What you doing?
Still no sign of goblins, correct?
Not currently. Nope.
All right. Is there any source of water nearby that would help put out fires?
Most accessible, the trough the animals were drinking from.
Make Dizzy's drunk.
How big is it? Can I attempt to pick it up and throw it on the fire?
Oh my god.
Yep. You know what? Give me an athletics check for how well
Can't
you
you
control.
just like go gadget bucket?
He's an Autobot and a and Inspector Gadget and RoboCop. Okay. You know what? Yeah. It's not elegant, but you managed to just two-hand lift this whole trough of water, which is a feat in and of itself, and douse a huge area of this camp with it, catching Marianne a little bit. The guards on the ground, the horses,
Stand back, citizens.
but most importantly, a lot of the fire.
Watch yourself.
Anything else you are interested in? That's really your action-ish thing.
Yeah, no. That's really it. Yeah. Once I get done with that, just like set it in.
Cool. Okay. Vincent. There are no goblins? You did it. It was easier than you thought to throw a dagger through the head of a goblin. You should take notes on that for later. But Alice is safe. And she looks like she's healed as Calamira does some glowy stuff to her in a kind of like a peach rose light. Heals Calamira's knee. Monty dashes off and the elephant takes a really defensive position. What are you doing?
I don't know if there's anything for me to do.
Oh, you can still smell and see the burning camp that you guys came from.
I don't think I can help with the burning camp. Alright, I'll just double dash back to the camp, I suppose, or however many feet that needs to be.
You can get there in like one dash.
Alright, I'll cunning action a dash, and I'll see what's going on.
Yep. And as you arrive like on the heels of Monty into this camp, you see Marianne glowing, like stars, and Epsilon pick up the entire trough of water and just whip it over like half of this camp, dousing a lot of the fires, some of the people, and splashing Marianne.
Not all too surprising, yeah.
Yep. There's still a couple fires. There's a lot of people still kind of recovering from what's going on. The screaming has started to die down now that Henry is no longer yelling for Alice. The animals have calmed a little bit from the guards, and people are starting to kind of like come to. You see, because you have enough perception to notice, Irvin's still in the fetal position under a tent. I feel
I'm going to ignore Irvin for obvious reasons.
Everybody has. He's used to it. It's fine.
Who is this?
The little cartographer dude who talks a lot and overshares.
Oh, right. Okay, got you. I forgot his name.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't even care to check up on him. I'll hold my action till next turn. I don't need to do anything.
Okay. In case you see goblins.
Or anything, yes.
Okay. Attack for hostile thingies.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Marianne! You got a little water on you. It wasn't a lot.
Yes.
But you were clearly splashed by Epsilon. It doesn't look like it was his intent.
All right. I'll turn to Monty and I'll be like, "Are you all right? Do you need any healing?"
I'm fine. Are you all right?
Yeah. I mean, besides the obvious, I was just going to go around and maybe check on the people in the camp. I've been trying to heal who I can, but
how much can we talk?
You can talk. You can respond a bit more. We're kind of at the like outro of combat now, and I'm just like taking turns with people in different places. But I'm assuming at this point, everybody has returned. Calamira is probably on her way back with Alice and Dizzy now, right?
Yeah. If I
pointing
can
in the wrong direction.
pick up Alice, I probably would. But if I can't, I understand.
She's like 9. You could probably pick her up.
But I pick her up and then mount Dizzy, or no?
Do I think you could pick her up and safely mount Dizzy?
She can jump, right?
Yeah, she can jump.
Have you not seen Phil from Hercules?
I know. But I would argue Phil may be slightly more athletic than Calamira.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Alice is fine enough after healing to climb the rope ladder. She doesn't have a lot else to do with her movement, so that's fine.
If she can do it quickly.
Yes, you can kind of like boost her up the rope ladder and then leap.
Yeah, I would like to try and get us up onto the elephant quickly and then get towards camp as fast as we can.
Okay, so you guys are doing that. Marion and Monty, you can continue your conversation.
Was our tent burned at all?
Yes, I think it perished in the fire.
Monty's not that bad. Marianne's pretty heavily scorched. The back half is kind of open and smoldering. Also,
Well,
totally soaked by Epsilon.
great. Well, I didn't have much on the road anyway, so. Silver linings.
We didn't mess up my clothes.
We can get more clothes.
Anyway, I'll see what I can do about this fire.
Alright, I'll keep healing. I go around and keep casting either Spare the Dying or Heal Hands.
Oh yeah. There were only like 3 people who were even remotely close to critical from that, and you've spared the dying or healed them. So they're all kind of coming to now, pretty heavily hurt, as Calamira and Alice return on the elephant. Henry is over the moon, as he still can't really speak from screaming her name as his action and bonus action every round. Because that is important for me. And a lot of smoke inhalation. But he will run to Dizzy and pull Alice from the back of the elephant, holding her tight and just saying thank you over and over again, just kind of rocking back and forth. Very touching.
Oh, no problem. I'm gonna run off with Dizzy, see if we can find some water to like spray on shit that's on fire.
At this point, some of the guards are opening one of the like other casks of water that was in the supply truck. And Connor's kind of muttering to himself, trying to figure out what they're going to do to get more water. There's a river coming up, and I guess we'll just have to go with less water for the day. And he's like, oh God, are the nobles going to like this? But yes, they've opened a second cask of water now, because fire, slightly higher priority than drinking water at the moment.
Can Daisy stick her trunk in it, suck up a bunch, and then spray it like a fire hose?
Yes, as this is a thing that elephants can kind of just do. Yes.
Yeah.
Dizzy can fire hose the rest
Add
of the
that
camp.
to her.
I will give you this moment before I kill Dizzy. I mean, what?
Don't kill Dizzy.
Harsh.
I mean, such a happy, light
Monty was
character.
gonna-
I mean, Monty could have been
Monty
like the
was
one who's
gonna go up
opening
to
this cask
Connor.
with them, but what do you want to do?
Monty was gonna go up to Connor.
No.
He's like, Mr. Quinn, what was that explosion?
I have no idea. I've never encountered goblins in this trail. Explosions.
Did they
from
throw
goblins.
something at you?
It certainly looked like it. Marianne and Vincent both saw a goblin lob something into the campfire, which is now just like a small crater. And some of the guards kind of bring you and Connor pieces of what looks like a round like casing made of like poorly strapped together metal bits and like nutshells and like cloth. Really shoddily made.
Taking a look at this and then taking a look at my metal acquaintance, I'm gonna walk over to Epsilon and say, you ever seen anything like this before?
Can I take a look at it with
Yeah. Give
Is
me intelligence with proficiency. And advantage because Monty's there kind of assisting you on this. Between the two of you, you know a lot about weapons. Yeah. I'm assuming it's that 20, right? Yeah, they're perfect.
yes,
Yeah,
0
not-
to intelligence, 2 proficiency.
Not a problem. Yeah, these look like pieces of what should be like flash charges or powder charges. You've seen weapons like this. Monty, you've been trained to use some weapons like this as he's explaining this to you. But you, Epsilon, are kind of amazed that none of these goblins didn't blow themselves up trying to lob these at you. Because they're really shoddily made.
Might I take these to disarm them? They're sort of dangerous.
Most of them are spent.
Oh, what's
They're
on?
like
Are any of
shell
these
casings.
unexploded? Is there unexploded ordnance?
Well, they're goblin-made grenades, so
Any deads come out?
handle them as you wish. You've not found any that look intact
Wait,
yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Had to check.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Gunpowder is an expensive thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just something
Gunpowder?
you can just buy.
Not cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could they have stole it?
How do you? Probably.
Yeah.
But
Vincent and Calamir
music
are
is
both
very
aware
loud.
black powder has ships commonly through Stormport. And Monty, you know the going price of like a shot worth of like gunpowder? Like half a gold to a gold, depending on who you're buying it from.
Are we out of combat?
These
now?
goblins get
Yes.
this much.
Like out. Okay.
Yeah, you're out of combat.
They must have stolen.
Yeah. At this point, Connor is kind of
That would be my guess.
chiming in. We've never even seen the goblins on this kind of a trail. This is the first we've been attacked by them. It's usually like wolves we're staving off. The occasional like
So-
highwaymen, but
Uh,
the goblin ambush is new for me. And the one that
I-
Marianne's
I-
kind of been healing is kind of like same. Yes.
So on the place the goblins were running, you said it was like an animal trail. How
Yep.
clear was that?
Uh,
Would I have noticed that?
yeah, you guys would have noticed that there is almost like a trail in like the underbrush here. It's not particularly dense, but it's the end of like spring and things are in full bloom, so it was noticeable enough that there was like almost a path through here, and Dizzy made it bigger.
Okay. I'm concerned there could be more of them if they were going somewhere. There is like an animal trail in the forest. Does anyone want to investigate that with me?
Yeah.
Exelon?
Just real quick, would I know if there's a history of goblins in this particular area?
I mean, you would know there are goblins all kind of all over Narde. It's rarer for them to openly attack a caravan. You've encountered goblins before, and you know they are not particularly the bravest and most organized group of creatures. This was a surprising outcome from them, and you wouldn't think it would be specifically odd or like normal for them to be here. Just kind of goblins are kind of just like everywhere. But the attack itself is odd.
We should definitely look into it. I would hate for this sort of attack to occur on civilians without people like us to help.
Perhaps we should investigate the trail then. Just make sure there isn't a larger camp up ahead.
At this point, the
support
camp
that.
has kind of been settled. Fires are out. Rubble is being picked up. Some tents are just blown apart. Others scorched and torn. Connor looks totally dejected as he's kind of tallying up how much this is going to cost him. How bad of a hit this is to like their caravan group's like reputation. How utterly terrified he is that the two people of more noble stature riding with them were here for a goblin ambush that they didn't see coming.
Well, everything's all right now. I'm afraid I don't know your name, but I would be happy to check the trail with you. I'm a little
But
bit
Lady
more...
Marianne, yeah?
Oh,
I was
yes,
talking
that's
to
me.
Monty. He told me your name. Your dress is so pretty, and the glow is just magnificent.
Yes,
Oh,
two
oh,
important questions. Epsilon, how long does your echo last?
Forever.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Hold on, let me just double check.
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. I need to
There's an
review.
infinity
It's
sign.
forever until dismissal.
Yeah, dismiss it.
Okay,
Another echo, incapacitated, 30 feet. So it
I
really
like it.
doesn't have a limit.
Gotcha. So it's like a fighter familiar.
yeah,
I like it. And Marianne, how long does your glow last?
It lasts 10 minutes, but I think I could just like.
Yeah, you could
Put
probably
it
drop
down.
it as well. Okay. I just curious how long your guys' stuff stays up
Yeah.
while you repair
Yeah,
the
when-
camp and talk.
Also, if you want to do anything with your inspiration now, Sam, it's going to expire after
Yep.
10 minutes. So
Okay. Well, I will use it on the next check.
probably have,
When she
5-ish
talks about
minutes.
the glow, I'll just be like, I'll like put it down and be like, oh, well, thank you. I don't do that very often, but it was kind of nice. So, your name? I'm sorry.
I'm Calamira. Nice to meet you. This is Dizzy, and oh yeah, and I snap my fingers, and Izzy pops up next to me.
Oh,
Izzy is my familiar, and looks like a tiny golden elephant with like hints of blue in its fluffy little fur, as it has little tiny wings that go. Whoop.
oh,
Mhm.
wow, that's
Yes.
very interesting. Very nice to meet you.
This is a baby Hollyphant.
A what?
It's a baby, a Hollyphant. It was a gift from Kalon. He's a very powerful celestial being. He's great. You should know about it. Anyway, we should go. Hurry, come on. You want to ride an elephant? Well,
Oh,
do you mind
no,
that you
nothing.
let Monty, which was a big surprise, but you could try if you want.
Oh, I will cast speak with animals. And I will talk to the elephant. I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry that my friend earlier, he's not the greatest with animal, but you know, he's a very nice man.
Okay.
I don't know what
Monty,
you're talking about.
You were
You
wearing your
can't-
feathered
Dizzy,
hat this whole time?
Very quickly.
Don't lie.
Do I have speak with animals up? So can I understand both of them?
I
or no?
assume you always have speak with animals up, unless you state otherwise.
That's a good assumption to have. Okay, good.
Unless we get like really
It's
long
not
protracted
concentration.
combat, yeah. I assume you just always have it up.
Probably. If I'm near Dizzy, I probably would.
Yes. So Dizzy takes a moment to ponder this as somebody not Calamira is speaking to it. And because it is Dizzy's idea, Dizzy will let you ride.
Well, very kind of you. And I will like kind of pick up my dress and try to
I
climb
like
on it.
do a little bow and like hold my hand out to give her a hand as she goes up the
Oh.
ladder.
Not necessary. No.
Monty, this is
Why
the
not?
most awkward interaction of Lady Marianne mounting a riding beast you have ever seen.
Calamir just like waits patiently
I
at the
think it's
bottom, just
appropriately awkward.
Yeah. I'll like hold a hand out to like help Calamira up once I'm up.
I jump up and high five her hand on the way up.
Monty's going to quickly go over to Connor and say, Mr. Quinn, it seems like the lady is interested in making sure that we won't encounter any more goblins along the trail. I'll be around to protect her, but make sure the camp is safe by the time we get back.
Oh, yes. No, we are not going to be surprised by something like that again.
Very good.
I
I'll
like
walk
it.
back over.
I like his voice. It's great.
It keeps changing. I tried real hard to keep it together.
I want to send Izzy like in front of us, and I'm going to see through Izzy's eyes because Izzy has devil's sight.
Yep, 120 feet of perfect dark vision.
Yes.
So wait, is everyone coming with us?
Yes, Epsilon and Vincent.
Well-
Are you joining the expedition to follow the trail?
Yes,
Stay with the camp. Epsilon, are you
Where
joining
did you
them?
Epsilon?
pick your dress, by the way? Because it's very pretty.
Yes, I'm going to the
Oh.
trail, tracking the
Cool,
gremlins.
cool.
Oh, I had it made a long time ago. Before we left for the trail, or the road, I should say.
Oh, well, it's very lovely. Someday, maybe I'll save up enough money after buying all the food for the elephant that I can get the pretty dress too.
Well, you know, maybe I can help you with that. I know quite a few tailors, and I'm sure if I speak to them, I can maybe get you a deal.
Oh, I do love a good deal.
Your tailor, by
That
the
would
way,
be
is
very
Joffrey Bridingham.
Huh?
You have a tailor. Your family has
With
a
us?
tailor. Not with
Oh,
you,
okay.
but your
Okay.
family has a tailor,
Oh.
Joffrey.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, maybe I can see what I can do about a dress for you if you'd like.
Would you really? Oh, I mean, don't. Oh, we've just met. Don't. It's okay, but it's like that would be amazing. But at the same time, like let's see how this goblin thing goes. I think we should be friends.
Monty, Epsilon, and Vincent, you've all arrived basically the same time as Dizzy to this trail, but you're not talking about dresses in the back of the elephant, and have already begun your investigation as the two ladies have been discussing their outfits.
I'm the thing with Izzy.
Yes.
Now that I'm done with talking about dresses.
Do we
There's
have?
no problem.
a
It does
light
not do
source?
anything else besides narratively, so you're good. Do you have a light source? Do you have a light source? I believe there's 1.5 of you who can see in the dark.
I am not one of those people.
I will here, I will get out like a piece of cloth or something and I'll cast light on it and I'll hand it down to Epsilon. There you go.
You now have a glowing handkerchief.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yes. You've seen
Monty
humans use
can't
these.
really take his eyes off of Epsilon's echo.
Yes, the second Ashen
It is not
Epsilon has just
helping
been
with the
following you.
investigation.
Okay. Whoever would like to investigate this trail?
Izzy.
Izzy. Okay. Are you guys
Well,
working
I'm looking through
together?
her eyes, so I don't know if I roll or if she rolls.
We can use whatever's higher, perception-wise.
I'm gonna-
Probably yours. But you guys can choose to either pair up and give each other advantage, or roll individually and do it yourselves.
Okay, mine is higher, but it's not very high. So if somebody is really good at perception,
I have
In
a
your party?
3.
+3.
Nope.
I have a +3.
That's the best you
okay,
guys got.
I have a +3 as well.
Oh. Alright. I can
Okay,
give you
at least
advantage if
Izzy
you want.
doesn't have disadvantage from not having dark vision. So
I still have inspiration, right?
Yes.
ooh, you should
And
roll.
this is probably
I'll-
the last chance you have to use it.
Okay, I will
Mhm.
do an investigation. With advantage?
Yes, she's helping you. Yeah.
Cool. A plus
I
whatever.
just roll your
Nice.
d6, yeah.
Oh, well.
Hey, it's a 20. This is next to you usually.
It's 20.
Hey,
Okay.
good.
Pretty
Yes. This is clearly a trail through these woods that has been used by what looks like at first like deer of some kind, as you can tell from some of the older tracks. And as you start to look more closely at it, something more bipedal with tinier feet have been following this trail pretty frequently. This goes much further into the woods from what you can tell. And we'll have no problem following it with a 20 total roll.
Not to be overly cautious, but do we think it's the best idea to follow a small goblin trail with an elephant in tow?
Ooh, you might be right. I can.
I mean,
Dizzy thinks
they'll
it's a
know
great
we're
idea.
coming.
Yeah. I can go ahead as an animal.
I'm sorry, what?
I guess I could also make it invisible, but it's just very loud.
Can Dizzy understand common?
Not really.
Can we go back to the fact that Marianne just said she could go as an animal? What does that mean?
I can turn into an animal.
You can turn into an animal?
Certain animals.
Like what per se?
That's so cool.
What can I turn into as a level 2 druid?
Small woodland creatures, basically.
CR quarter or
Top-
lower that can't swim
Yeah.
or
Like
fly.
a squirrel?
Fly.
Squirrels,
Can't fly,
rats,
can't swim.
spiders, rabbits,
Lizards.
puppies,
A wolf or a
kittens.
panther. It doesn't have to be a fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I be like a
Small
wolf or
thing.
something?
I think so. I
Yeah,
think
you could be like a panther.
Yeah.
What's the highest
I
CR
will-
you can have? Like a half?
So you've probably never seen a panther.
Quarter.
Damn it.
You've seen wolves, and like large dogs. It's not a problem. It's the more exotic jungle creatures you personally probably never seen.
Yeah.
Um,
I will shift into a wolf then.
There you go. Wolf it is. I'll have to remember that I need to prepare a bunch of animal tokens because we have a druid.
Dizzy's back, or Dizzy's back, or do you get down
No,
first?
I get down first.
She would have had to get down to investigate
Yeah.
the trail. So yes.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Oh wow, the
My lady, are you
celestial
planning on going ahead alone? All right, sorry. 1 bark for yes, 2 barks for no.
Can I have to keep his animals up. I can speak for you.
Yes, you
What do you
can.
want to say to him?
Yeah, I say yes. I can at least. I don't have to go.
Oh, I can go
Hmm.
with her.
Don't know if that's the best idea.
Dizzy could stay here and go and watch camp. Maybe if Dizzy would let me go by myself, which I doubt.
Dizzy is very opposed to this idea.
Dizzy says no.
I can go
He-
by myself really quickly. You guys can just stay
Well, I
back
mean,
a little.
They're just
Alright.
goblins. What's the harm that could happen?
Yeah.
I say we all just go together.
Oh
This is
no.
weird flashback to them bombing the camp.
Yeah, I don't know what they're saying, do I?
You understand Monty,
You can
and you
hear
understand
me
Calamira.
talking.
Right.
Yeah.
If I understand this correctly, the wolf, Marianne, would like to go alone.
Yes.
She
Baron,
says
I feel
yes.
like you keep your little hairpin things when you shapeshift into your animals.
Yeah. Little.
Unless you're like trying to be like super sneaky.
No.
I am opposed of this going alone idea. I do not like it whatsoever. If anything, if we were to split up, we either split up into pairs or split up into threes.
Okay.
Oh, you like Dizzy stealthy. Maybe you can go with her.
I will happily go with her.
Okay.
Do
Kinda-
we want to have a safe word? And you guys shout the safe word, and Dizzy and I charge in?
My safe word is
Send Izzy
cucumber.
with you. Through Izzy's eyes.
I think we should just all go together, personally.
I would
Strength
be
in numbers.
like
What did I miss?
the
Vincent
safe
just
Bonnie, you agree
had a
with
had
me?
a
I
safe
can't hear
word ready.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Wasn't Jenga.
okay. Wolf Marianne will like roll her eyes, but then just be like, I'll go ahead with I don't know your name. With Eric's character. And then you guys can like be the backup. I say this to Calamira.
So she says that she can go with Vincent, and then we will be the backup, and they will have maybe a wolf howl. Look at Marianne for like to let us know you need help. Like an
Yes.
aru, you know? Okay. And she will go aru if she needs help, and we can rush in on Dizzy.
Fantastic.
I love that.
All right, so we'll
for
be
you
close
that's
behind.
on Dizzy, we
Isn't it
might be
great?
able to. Epsilon.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think you and Monty could fit on Dizzy's back? And we could all go into battle, like
3
charging
people is
in?
probably your limit you're getting on
3 is
Dizzy.
still a lot. Like,
I am aware, but I researched war elephants for this, Emily.
This is one dead elephant, guys.
Now,
hey,
in,
it's fun while it
in
lasts.
like combat, you're gonna have a hard time with Dizzy having 3 people on your saddle. You need a better kind of construction for that.
Go
but
places quickly.
yes, travel wise,
And then, like,
not
they
particularly
jump
hard.
off.
You're just kind of all like hanging on to each other on the saddle.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
That's
totally
fine.
doable.
I was thinking purely for speed of
Yes.
transport, but
Yeah.
I think people could potentially run as fast as Dizzy does anyway, because Dizzy's not like
Dizzy's only
Oh,
a
Dizzy
little
has a speed of
faster.
42.
Yeah,
he's only a
Dizzy will
little
just get
faster
there
than me.
first, but everybody,
Yeah.
I think everybody here has a 30-foot speed. Like
I have 35.
Oh, you have 30. Yes, because you have goat legs.
Satyrs are OP. It's great.
Oh, just wait. I mean, what?
And then wolf
Yes. Okay. So, Marianne and Vincent are going ahead. Right?
Yes, sir.
Epsilon, Monty, and Calamira are mounting up on Dizzy, waiting for either Vincent to yell cucumber or Marianne to howl. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Why is it always
Marianne and
cucumber?
Vincent, what is your approach down this path? Are you trying to be quick? Are you trying to be stealthy? Are you just normally going down the path?
I will follow Marianne's wolf's pace. If she decides to go slow, I will also decide to go slow. If she runs, I will also run. I should be able to keep up with her.
Yeah, I will be cautiously, somewhat fast, but also like trying to keep a little bit of stealth.
Okay. There we go. That's fine. In that case, can both of you give me stealth checks for your approaches?
Oh no, I can't click on it. Oh, whoa.
Vincent, gone.
Big stealth.
Marianne's kind of just like, we're working out the wolf kings. Vincent disappears. Marianne
Jesus fuck.
got it down. Gone. Calamir's up on Dizzy here, trying to get Monty and Epsilon situated, and they turn around and they're just gone. Not a trace. You guys didn't hear them leave. You didn't hear them plan. You didn't hear anything. I hope you all know you've used all of your natural 20 energy on your stuff on like these checks. Or this is recompense for Eric's natural
and then
ones.
the rest of the game, just like
Yes, this is the universe balancing out Eric's first attacks
Yeah.
by giving you guys super stealth.
Are we going?
Yeah. You guys,
Good thing we're being followed by an elephant.
with those rolls, not even a problem moving at like a normal pace while stealthing down this path. You two like have a hard time keeping each other in sight. You are stealthing so well.
oh, I was gonna have Izzy follow them, but now I'm not sure that I should.
You can certainly try.
I mean, like I was gonna send Izzy with them. I said it
Oh,
like
yeah.
once, but other people were talking at the
Yes.
same time. But
I mean-
I can also make her try and follow them if you would like instead.
I
she might not
will
roll us out
not
as well. Oh,
punish
runs in
the
trees overhead.
party for other members of the party's successful rolls unless they are trying to sneak away from the party intentionally. So Izzy can follow them. Is Izzy doing this stealthily?
Izzy would like to do this stealthily and invisibly.
There you go. Yep. I was gonna say because I'm pretty sure Izzy can turn invisible.
Izzy
So
can.
yes,
So
Izzy
would that
turns
be
invisible. Not a problem.
okay?
I mean,
Does invisibility give you advantage on stealth or no? That
just
doesn't, right?
give me a normal stealth check. For Izzy.
Oof. Okay.
Didn't need it.
20, but 19.
I don't.
Holy shit.
You guys are something else today.
What the fuck?
I got nothing. I got nothing at this point. Like, that's just the dice fall this way. Okay. So yes, Marianne, Vincent, and Izzy make their way incredibly stealthily up this path. And kind of, as it veers through the woods, kind of opens up against this large, like, cliff face in the middle of the woods. Guys, over to that just so you can see it. And I think everything's set up this way. We probably won't do much on this today, but we're going to see how this works. I need to do this. As you guys come to the mouth of a large cave entrance, there are clear signs of goblin activity. And Vincent, you can see kind of like scrawlings on these large rocks in like a dwarvish script, but it's not dwarvish. You can't read it. It's like carving in like ancient Greek, but like it not being English, even though you know what the letters kind of correspond to. Yeah, I know somebody's still stuck there. I didn't hide everybody other tokens yet. Or maybe no, I didn't. Nope, Roll20 just being really slow, because that is on the GM layer.
Oh, that's really weird. Okay.
Roll20 is having a hard time tonight. But it's fine.
What if I just picked a random spot to ping, and you were like, oh, there's something there?
No, because I'm looking at my OBS output, so I knew that I was on the right scenes and stuff. And I could make sure, like, maybe, like, I was thinking I should probably do this and, like, readjust the camera a little bit by forcing you guys to move with me.
Oh, that's really cool. How do you do that?
As the DM in Roll20, if you shift ping, you will pool all the players' camera attention to that location.
I'm gonna do that to my players and my Curse of Strahd.
Am I supposed to be able to see anything?
Can you not see anything at all? This is the next test.
I'm black.
No.
Totally black for you too.
I can see
Do their
Izzy.
tokens have vision?
That's gonna be what it is.
Oh, there
Hey
you go.
Sam, do you see stuff now?
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the important part of getting you all to this scene today, even if we're not going to do total exploration of it, because it's getting pretty late for our plans, was to make sure that people's tokens worked.
Woo.
Yes, so if you three can move your tokens for me just around that area to make sure that they work, I will actually pop these other tokens back so that everybody else can see as well. Although you're supposed to be able to see what everybody else can see. I might have to
still
tweak
can't
that a
see
little
it.
more. Yeah, I'll fix your token in a second. Alex's token is just kind of like stuck in Roll20 limbo. So you're probably going to get a second one. And I'll have to deal with that later. I mean, a hard refresh of Roll20 will probably fix it. John, you should now be able to see.
See if I hard refresh Roll20, what happens?
Okay, and then Alex should be there now as well. I just put your token on the scene. You should also
can
be
see,
able to
thank
see.
Yep,
It is
I
dark.
can see.
Yeah, it's very dark. Vincent's been barely following Marianne because he can't see in the dark.
Oop.
I'm just going to move your guys' tokens off to this corner here so you have them, and I can just make sure things are working. But good. Tokens are there. Everything works. I will make real tokens for these characters. I didn't have time to finish real tokens, so I made some quick letters. But yes. You arrive at the mouth of this clearly goblin-infested cave.
I will like.
Go closer.
And now that you're kind of more of a clearing-ish area, the light filtering down from the treetops, from the the starry sky, Vincent's able to see. Just not particularly well. It's all very dim light. But yeah, you can move Izzy if you'd like. Izzy is invisible. The other two are just super stealth through the woods. But it'll be a different story entering the narrow cave.
Yeah, I'd like to crawl, or well, not crawl. I would like to hug the wall. Hopefully that should be fine.
You should now be able to move your token. This is like this large, what looks like a naturally formed cave. And then a lot of this debris looks like it was kind of like pulled out, almost similar to how like an anthill is constructed, as pieces of the dirt and like rubble are moved out as they dig further into it. You have these two large mounds. Okay. What are you guys doing?
I would probably wait for the other three to come through before going in.
Izzy is invisible, by the way, so
Yep.
you may not even know that she's with you.
Yeah,
Where's Izzy?
What's an Izzy is probably the better question for you.
Wolf Marianne will kind of like look to Vincent, but like also kind of wait.
As Izzy kind of like drifts her way invisibly into the cave, looking around, sniffing with the trunk as little Hollyphants do, Izzy will catch, just out of the corner of her eye, a goblin behind this small slit crack in the rocks, peering out into this cave as if on watch. As you also notice, it is armed with a crossbow.
Are we within 100 feet of the cave entrance, or no? We're not, right?
No, you guys are probably like 400, 500 feet from here now. Like, third of a football field into the woods. It's just, it took a little longer because it was
acting
woods.
independently at this point.
Yes.
And I can't see through her eyes. Okay.
But Izzy is aware that is dangerous.
Izzy can't really communicate with anybody. So, wait,
I think
no,
you
she
can
can.
still see through her eyes, but you can't communicate with her.
Yeah, you can't give telepathic commands anymore, but you can see through her.
I can see through her eyes.
Should be
Okay.
able to.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think if you get a voice of the Chainmaster, I think, Eldritch Invocation, you can communicate with and through Izzy, no matter where they are on the same plane of existence. It's one of those things.
Okay,
There's
I was
something
just
chain-wise.
looking, and I thought it said within 100 feet for both of those things to be able to like see through her eyes or do the other thing. But I'm good with whatever. Either way, it doesn't make a difference to Calamir because she's assuming Dizzy's listening for the howling or cucumber. So, Izzy probably would keep moving up. And like, how wide is the crack that the goblin's looking through?
Like 4 or 5 inches, not very wide.
How big is Izzy?
Izzy could squeeze through. Izzy is tiny. Izzy will be displeased.
I think it would probably be better if she could somehow warn either Vincent or Marianne, but I don't know if she can communicate with them in any sort of productive way while she is both invisible and like not able to speak because she can't. So
Is that something Izzy would try to think of doing?
you would know better than me, Mike.
You are familiar. How do you want Izzy to behave here? Do you want Izzy to think of trying to warn them? I mean, I can just roll it for you if you want. We can figure it out.
I mean, her intelligence is reasonable, and she can see that they're both hiding on either side.
Yep.
So I feel like
she is smarter than most of your party members.
Yeah, so she should warn them then.
Yes.
Um,
Which one would Izzy pick?
Probably Marianne, since Marianne was on the back end and she's an animal, and animals seem cool.
Okay. So
She was on the elephant at one point.
then how will Izzy warn Marianne?
Toot toot.
She's going to come over here and like tap very gently, like shoot. How would Izzy warn her?
Izzy can invis at will.
Okay, that's what I thought. So she's going to
Yes.
turn visible after she moves behind the wall and like tap Marianne and then mime with her trunk and like her little arms like across like an archer, like peering through a crack.
Izzy doesn't have a ton of dexterity in her little elephant limbs, but Izzy tries to make some kind of a sign to you, Marianne.
And like with the hoof towards the entrance. Like there's like a
You can get the intent of this.
Okay.
Izzy is trying to warn you of something near the entrance.
Okay.
You guys now at this point know your way to and from this place and your camp.
Okay.
You, Marianne, Vincent, and Izzy are capable of traversing this now. It's not a particularly hidden path, and you figured out what it was pretty easily to follow it.
Okay. Knowing that there's something at the like entrance of it, I'm gonna kind of like go around like the outside of the entrance and then go to the other side near Vincent and then kind of like grab, I don't know, his shirt or something and like tug on it and then like go the other way, tell him to like retreat.
I'm assuming in part of Vincent's like super crazy high stealth roll, Vincent just hooded up and like scarfed up and is like full ninja mode now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of like start padding towards where I think the rest of the group are.
Izzy wants to stay a little longer and go invisible again.
Sure. So Vincent and Marianne are returning to the party, and Izzy is continuing exploration.
I'd like to go into the little path. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Into the little path, if she can.
Sure, yeah.
And she like make a perception check on whatever this is.
Yeah, that's really, really obvious even to Izzy. It's just a bunch of spikes stuck into the wall, like stakes. They're kind of dirty.
Is this like Goblin Home Alone, Mike?
How do you think goblins guard their base?
I like it. Okay. So I guess carefully avoiding any like touching the ground or like the walls or the spikes, Izzy's going to start to sneak ahead a little bit and I guess look around the corner.
Yep. And invisible Izzy will see another goblin kind of braced up there behind like a stalactite.
All right.
Kind of keeping its eye in that direction. And Izzy will notice there is there's kind of like a rope from the ceiling bringing down towards where the goblin is standing. And Izzy will just follow the rope with its eyes, and it goes all the way up to this huge log suspended in the air that looks like it would swing right down that path.
Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty great.
Nobody said the goblins were good at their traps. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I love it. Okay, Izzy's gonna go deeper and just be careful again to not touch anything and not run into any walls. Yep. Just like keep,
I will ping
man, these tunnels are narrow.
They're goblin tunnels, yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of them in here. They all have crossbows.
All the goblin tokens have crossbows. Most of them have crossbows. Some of them have scimitars. The ones that you guys ended up killing did have like shoddy, like metal blade scimitar things on them. And a couple of them had like really crappy little like leather wooden bucklers. All of the goblin stuff really shoddily put together. It's like if MacGyver was a hobo who lived in the woods. And you can
Bear
tell
Grylls.
I just keep exploring. I keep like,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just
Izzy
gonna
is
like
invisible
try
and can just kind of float
get
around. There are a bunch of goblins in
Yeah.
here. Tons. And that is
Yeah,
another one of
darn.
those really narrow slit kind of a thing. Where you can see some of the
Okay,
goblins.
so
Some of these tunnels are like dug by the goblins to make their nest even safer.
is
for
it
them.
like 3/4 cover?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're basically the goblin version of arrow slits.
Oh man, this one goes deep.
Yes. And Izzy will immediately recognize over there in that corner, that's blood. There is dried blood on the ground on this like really shoddily constructed table.
Gonna float over this guy's head.
Mm-hmm. He's none the
shit,
wiser.
That's a big table.
He's still watching. Yeah. And that's a lot of blood stain.
Oh boy. Oh, there's another arrow slit, bro. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh shit, what the fuck? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't bother me.
What is
These
this?
are enormous mushrooms. Yes. Giant
Do they
mushrooms.
look hazardous?
Izzy doesn't really
I
know.
know not to trust mushrooms.
Izzy knows not to lick them.
Oh, thank God.
Izzy thinks about it, but Izzy knows not to lick them.
Okay, good. I'm gonna stay. Do you think is the square up like that? That's safe. Is this one safe too, or no?
Yeah, Izzy can fly, so not a huge problem for Izzy to navigate the space. The tunnels are pretty low and narrow. Izzy being in the space would be able to realize that Epsilon may have to duck a little bit, being I think the tallest member of the party, but
yeah,
it's not that bad. Izzy will find a bunch of these tunnels
that Izzy was built for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's another boy.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. All right, so I'm back at the entrance again. Let me see what else there was to explore. Oh, there's a lot more over there. She gonna fly up this way again and jump up this way. Okay, there's another one. Damn, there's a lot of goblins. The fuck is that?
Damn, son, that's a lot of goblins.
Yep.
I also really like this cave map. It's super dope.
Thank you, I made it.
Really nice.
Yeah, I can show you guys how I did that another day. I almost made some of these maps on stream just to have a bunch of them. Might do that someday.
It's giving me massive Fandelver vibes.
Right? It's giving me like the caves I
What?
do by hand vibe.
Why would I put an homage to our first campaign in the opening of this one?
Wow.
This is a lit campfire.
Oh my god, there's
Some kind of meat.
oh cool, okay.
Oh my god, it is giving me a Fandelver vibe.
Some kind of meat.
Some
Where are
shoddily made
the...
weapons.
Okay, okay.
Also, in that last quarter, there were a bunch of like different crates of various sizes that looked not goblin made.
Oh, right. Okay, so I did walk past those and just like thought they were nicely drawn, and that's all I thought. So I probably like.
They are not
And
goblin
Izzy
made.
Izzy can read common.
Yes,
so,
Izzy can read common.
Could
And
Izzy
they
read
have-
if there's any writing on the crates?
Yes, Izzy can read it. Izzy doesn't know what any of it really means. Izzy has seen some of these things and logos before by the docks. I'm sure you've had Izzy out at some point.
Okay, so they've been robbing caravans, probably. Okay. In that case, Izzy's actually smarter than Calamira. I just realized. So that's
Again,
fun.
Izzy is smarter than most of the party. There is only one member of the party with a
Yeah.
higher intelligence score than Izzy. And it's Marianne. Yes.
Izzy's gonna go down this way.
And this tunnel here looks like it's being freshly dug.
Oh, okay. So like they're gonna put a little slit in the wall there. Yeah. Neato.
The goblins in that last room are also like actively cooking and eating.
Okay.
Just not
Where else have I
puppeteering all the
noticed
goblins
like it?
while we do this.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Did I miss any tunnels? Let me zoom out here a little bit.
As the benevolent DM that I am, I don't think you did.
Okay, in that case, Izzy's gonna make like a beat and leave.
Okay.
Not right through there, actually. I know there's a guy there.
That would be tight for Izzy to sneak through, and I would ask for a stealth check for that one. But the rest of these
I
is
don't
not
wanna have
a
to roll
problem.
another one. The rest of them, she can just fly over their heads, pretty much.
Izzy
right?
is tiny. Izzy had a good stealth roll for being quiet while flying around.
Okay, and Izzy's just going to make her way out again. All the way.
Okay.
And as soon as she gets in range, I'm gonna start telepathically communicating with her, so I can can give me information. I think, right?
Yes. Izzy will then relay exactly what she saw, which was a spaghetti nest of goblin tunnels and a bunch of goblins and this one trap and a bunch of goblins aiming arrows through cracks and holes in the walls and a whole bunch of stuff. Now, while Izzy was doing that, Marianne and Vincent would have returned well ahead of Izzy. Izzy definitely took her time going about that.
Oh, yeah.
Which may or may not have concerned Calamira that Izzy has not returned yet.
Yeah, probably
What
a
would
little
you
bit.
guys like to relay to the party?
Me, nothing. I have no information. Cucumber?
I can't see shit.
Out of form.
Vincent can see much better, and the same goes for the other people who do not have dark vision. In the open areas in the dense forest, the canopy makes it really dark. You can see, but 10 feet in front of you-ish. In the opener area, the sky is pretty clear and the moon's pretty full, so it is.
Well, I was told by my mother that to never go into caves that you are not familiar with. She has told me nightmares and stories about this man called a Goblin Slayer. So yeah.
Your mother told you this story.
Yeah, my mother is she's a very kind woman. I love her to death.
I see. Well, I'm not sure where your Izzy went, but I think they stayed back a little bit and looked around, but she seemed quite alarmed by something at the entrance.
Oh, I didn't think that she would stay by herself. That's kind of. I guess she wanted to do a good job, but all right. I'll let you know as soon as I hear from her, I guess.
Yes, I hope she comes back soon. It's getting pretty late, though. Should we head back to camp?
I want to wait for Izzy.
Do
but I
we
guess we can.
expect another attack this evening? I mean, once the goblins see their compatriots didn't come back, what do you think they'll react?
I don't think they would attack again this evening because it's getting pretty late. What time is it roughly? Give or take,
2 or 3 notes. It's late. It's probably really only 9 o'clock ish. Everybody's getting ready for bed, and it just gets really dark really fast in the woods. And a lot of this happened very quickly. Next, Epsilon, Marianne, and Vincent are aware that at least one goblin escaped.
That's true.
Epsilon is also aware goblins are nocturnal. I take it back. Since it's only 9, roughly 9, they'll probably attack again.
Soon?
They just had breakfast.
Oh,
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Well, friends, the goblins just had breakfast. They are indeed going to be up for a while.
Oh, that is a problem. So do we attack? Do we fortify?
I also heard stories from my mother on how to deal with this type of stuff. We smoke these bitches out.
I was about to say, Vincent would know his mother's advice: fire.
Oh. Martha is a very interesting woman.
Well, first, close all the entrances, leave one open, then smoke them out and lay a trap for them on the way out. Specifically, maybe some people from maybe like an Italian peninsula with large pointy sticks might work. And at this point, Calamira, you start getting a rapid relay of information in your head from Izzy. Relaying a lot of information as Izzy is like 100 feet away and starts floating its way back into you, and you all see.
I like to think Izzy sounds like an itty bitty bumblebee, very high pitched, very fast talking, just like.
Sure. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I will detail that because I don't know if Mike can do that.
Yeah. No,
but
it's cool.
I
just
I support the sound effect. Yes.
It sounds
I
like
can help you out with that later.
out of a really tiny balloon.
We'll put a voice changer on and everything. I have some stuff for that. I was messing with it.
Yes, that and let's watch B movie together so we can have some inspiration.
Never recommend that movie.
Never watched that movie.
Okay. So Izzy
D&D,
relays.
but every time you say roll, you see the entire B movie play.
And every time they say B, the movie gets faster.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
But okay. Yes. Izzy details that there were a bunch of goblins in this cave. A couple of traps that Izzy saw. Blood. Giant mushrooms. Presumably dinner, but maybe now it's breakfast. Human, or at least humanoid, crates, boxes, and supplies that are stored and haphazardly handled. A bunch of bedrolls, bunch of little goblin beds, and a bunch of goblins keeping their eyes out in traps.
Oh wow! Izzy saw a lot of things.
Invisible
Should be
flying
back
tiny
soon.
scout can do that.
Yeah.
Super useful. I was so jealous when I was a rogue and we had Caleb and he had a snake. I was like, I want to be the snake, and I couldn't be the snake anyway.
I want to be Snick.
I want to be snake. I want to be invisible fly snake. Now I have invisible fly elephant.
Arguably better.
Yeah, cuter. Snakes
Oh,
are
for sure.
Absolutely better.
Aside where there are water moccasins all day, and I'm done now. Yeah. So Izzy did a good job. Do we want to go and fight them, or do we want to wait until they might be sleeping tomorrow morning if we make it through the night, which I'm sure we will? But these ones do seem kind of resourceful.
I don't think we'll make it through the night. I feel like they will attack very soon since one did get away, and it
I'm
is
sure
just
they
the
will
morning for them.
attack, but I think we can take care of them outside of their base rather easily. So
I'm in
think if we're
agreement.
going to try to
I
take down
agree.
their base, I think we should do that in whatever would be their nighttime. So tomorrow morning when they'd be sleeping.
Could try and lure them out.
That's what I don't think they'll be sleeping tonight. I think, and I agree, we should not go into the base. We should get them out of the base with fire.
Do we have the ability to start a big fire?
Do we have the
Or
ability
moreover, to
to
close
get
up
into
the
a
entrances?
wibbly wobbly cave? It's very windy
From
and very
Izzy's
tight, super
understanding this
narrow.
kid, yes.
Dizzy can't come.
It is very tight. Your party will be able to move through this, but you're going to be single file for a lot of this cave if you do go in like that. None of it is particularly too small, except for some of these freshly dug tunnels for your larger party members. I guess you're all really medium to navigate this cave without much impeding.
I do not want to go into their territory. That is the opposite. That is the opposite of a good idea.
Yes, I can also.
Are there any trees that look like they could be cut down?
Oh, there are tons of trees that you could theoretically cut down, yeah. Honestly,
Do you have the
any
buzzsaw
tree can be cut
attachment,
down by
Epsilon?
Epsilon.
I do have a
Use
lantern.
contribute.
Epsilon's arm just like flips around as a chainsaw on the other
I
side.
have minor illusion and thaumaturgy.
I also have a
Fine.
tinderbox and candles and a flask of oil. I mean,
What if we cut down the tree, one that's not so big, maybe like no more than 4 inches in diameter, like a little but long tall tree, like a baby tall tree, and then shove it through one of those air slits while it's on fire?
I'm with that idea.
You would have to find the other exit then. Supposedly.
I don't
if
think
there's
there
another
is
exit.
one. I'm saying we do that through the arrow slit, not through.
Izzy did not find
Oh,
any
is what Izzy was-
other exit.
Izzy was trying to warn you about. Izzy did not
We
find
should-
it there as a second.
We should be, if there is another exit, we should be able to find it through the smoke.
That's true. All right.
I'm looking to see if I guess I could have missed something in the mushroom room because I didn't want to go in there.
Izzy did not see any
But
other
as is, I
exits.
do not.
Well,
Yeah,
for now,
which
we've
I'm a
got
little
that.
concerned about now. But
Izzy does know that like center chamber with the pool of water in it is pretty tall, but Izzy didn't see any other like way out.
did Izzy look up or did Izzy not look up?
Yeah, I assumed Izzy did a general like sweeping of the cave.
Okay.
I'm not going to punish you super hard for not saying Izzy looks in 360 degrees in both up and down. When you told me Izzy was exploring, I assumed
Thank
Izzy
you.
was exploring. Yes.
Izzy was doing a good job.
I'm not going to punish you guys on that level of semantics. In a like non-tense environment, not making deals with devils and genies, and not entering into contract law. Now, if you make deals with devils and genies, I will torture you on every word that you say. But that's kind of how that works. And yes, both of those things exist.
Not sure how I feel about this whole smoking them out. I'd prefer to fight them in battle,
Yes,
but
that is
if we
a
must.
very underhanded way to fight them, albeit effective.
I just don't.
I think
there's a
they're
better
likely
way.
to. I think they're likely to at least have some of them leave their camp sometime in the night. If we could lie in
What?
wait.
Ambush whoever comes out.
Exactly.
And how is that not underhanded?
Well, it's a little bit less underhanded than just smoking them. At least they'll die with weapons in their hands.
They'll die with weapons.
I mean,
in
I
their hand.
understand wanting to have a fair fight, but they are goblins, and they did literally run into our camp and throw like explosives into the campfires. From what I've heard from other people, because I was not there.
Oh, you saw the evidence and you heard the explosion, so.
Yes.
Calamir, Epsilon, and Monty are more than capable of putting together what went down there.
To be fair, I don't think they're going to fight fair if we try to be fair with them. And if they had
Not
been,
saying to
then
be
maybe
fair.
I would feel differently.
I just have a little bit of it's not my style, just smoking them out.
Well, I mean,
But if we think that's
who
the best
has
idea.
much style, really? Like, let's be real here. Let's fight fire with fire. It's fun. Only goblins.
This
Yes,
is true.
while I
Izzy
don't like it,
did
I
only
think
see
It hurts me to
goblins.
say they're only goblins, just so everybody knows. Anyway, it's fine.
It seems a bit, yes, not right, but at the same time, we do have people to protect back at the camp.
Fine. Then let's
Yes,
get
half the
cutting.
guards are wounded.
So we probably shouldn't cut down. Well, depends on how we can get the fire if we want green wood or not.
I think if we can find like an older fallen piece of wood that is not too large, I think Izzy said that it was no bigger than like half a handspan. Like for the gap.
It's basically
that we want to fit this
a
thing through.
Izzy. It is one Izzy in width.
Yes, it is the width of Izzy, so we could use Izzy to measure a tree. That will work. Green wood would not be so good. We wanted to. I don't know how fires work. So
Which, for the record, Izzy is like There's a small, like a crow in size. Izzy's pretty small.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm
Theoretically,
imagining
could fit in some pockets.
Does anyone have an axe or a saw?
We have something better.
I
We have an epsilon.
I was going to say
Can
Dizzy
Epsilon cut
could
down a tree with
probably
his
knock
weapon? I don't
over
know.
a tree.
That's a good question.
Thank God we don't have indigo.
If it's already fallen wood, Dizzy could probably pick it up very easily, but I feel like Epsilon could too.
I feel like Epsilon could javelin throw a fucking tree into the hole if he really wanted to.
Can I find the tree?
I'm so down to watch
What
that
kind
as
of
well.
tree are you looking for?
One that burns good.
Sure, give me a survival check.
One that burns.
For
good.
the record, this is not a check of success or not. This is a question of how long it takes you to find the tree that you want. Because you're in the woods, you're gonna find a tree that burns good.
I'm gonna call out a nat 20. You look at that. Well,
Just
it
a
was
total
nat
of 20
but-
because
A net 20.
remind me to nerf you guys later. Just kidding. I would never do that. You guys are using all
Did
of
you
your
not see
good
my hit?
like. Yes. Well, okay. Eric opened up in like literally the worst he could possibly do, back-to-back nat 1 attacks. Then followed up with max execute damage on the little goblin thing. Learned how easy it was to put a knife through a goblin skull. And then you guys have rolled numerous natural
Goblins are weak,
20s
yeah.
and very high scores, of which
Goblins
Epsilon
are soft-brained.
you kind of just like look around and zero in on just one tree immediately. You're like, that would work.
Tree
Are you-
located. Felling process initiated.
Target acquired.
Did you name
that
that
was good.
tree John Connor too?
Nope.
There we go. We need more Terminator and RoboCop references as well. I'll see what I can do to work them in for you. Ooh, and steal some Revenant lines from Apex.
Go, Epsilon.
John,
go.
your
Epsilon,
homework
you got
before
that by
next
yourself?
session is quotes. Epsilon can definitely fell the tree by himself. I mean, do you want to use your Lajah Tang on this? You guys are kind of like still in the middle of the woodsy.
I don't think I have anything else to use.
I mean, your Lajah Tang will work. It's just you're gonna want to sharpen that thing later and take care of your Lajah Tang because it's not designed for cutting trees.
Maybe we could ask our friend, Calomira's very, very nice friend, Dizzy.
Oh, Dizzy could probably knock down the tree.
Elephants are known to be able to.
Right,
fell
but
some
then it'll
trees.
have all the roots and stuff on the bottom of it, right?
Perfect. So they can't like pull it through and shove it into the water or something.
I'm starting to like Calomira more and more.
I am playing.
As if my intelligence is much higher than it is on my score.
Well,
Which is
none of
not
you are
probably
dumb,
fine. It's fine.
right? Our lowest intelligence is average intelligence score. We don't have anybody who's like an 8 int or like a 6 can barely read int.
Big brain. I'll use my echo to chop the tree down.
There you go. Doesn't actually hurt your Lajah Tang.
Ew.
There you go. I like
That is
it.
wild.
Does that work? Can you do that?
Yeah.
I mean,
He
I
can
can
make
make attacks
attacks
with it.
emanate from his echo if he wishes.
Damn, son. Okay.
So yeah.
But if Dizzy wants to help, I'm down with the assistance.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dizzy can carry it like a big stick after it's pushed over. It doesn't matter.
Give me an athletics check with advantage. Because 22. Okay. Yeah, does not take you guys very long. You and Dizzy have this down in a matter of like minutes, with Dizzy applying pressure to this tree and you releasing it from its roots. Dizzy keeps it from going too hard into the ground as well, and keeps your party members from getting crushed.
Epsilon's
Dizzy.
just like standing there like a construction manager while like the echo chaps and he's like, yes, this is very good.
Dizzy
Man,
holds it with her trunk.
if we had Indica here.
Indica
yeah,
is
at
from
the
our
start of
other
this, I was like,
game
thank God.
and is basically an eco-terrorist.
Things I can do in this game: harm the trees, eat meat.
No, you know, Indica is from our other game is basically the Lorax. That's what Indica is.
No,
Yeah.
the Karen of Loraxes.
Okay, you're probably right. But back to this realm. Yeah,
It's not that bad.
Dizzy
That's how I
now
view
She's
her.
never
has...
asked to speak with anyone's manager. She just punched somebody.
So she will fuck the manager up.
Mr.
She'll
T of
fuck the
Lorax
manager
is
up.
like
Yes.
she's
She'll whoop your ass,
Well-
find your manager, whoop his ass.
Dizzy now
Or
has
die
a very
trying.
large, well, it's probably a medium-sized tree that could be shoved into this cave.
Woo!
nice. Okay.
It still has leafage attached at the top, but a pretty clean cut from
We
the
should probably
roots.
strip some of those off, and maybe if at camp they have some oil, that would be really good.
No worries, I have oil on me.
Oh,
Vincent starts
okay. That
pulling
is
out
something
knife,
extra to
knife,
make it
knife,
burn.
knife, oil, tinderbox, rope, chains, ball bearings.
I light things on fire, and magically, I don't.
Actually, the ball bearings might be.
I
good
don't, you
idea.
you might not actually have ball bearings. I think you do. You
No, I do
I
have
know
ball
some
bearings.
magic that can
Yeah.
heat metal very hot. If we have something metal we want to throw in, I can make it very hot, and that might start the fire better as well.
I also have a tinderbox. I think we could make do with that.
Well, maybe we could spread
And
hot ball
three
bearings
more.
in front of the only exit that we know of, at least. I think it was the only exit. We could be wrong.
Again, Izzy
And
did not
then when
find
they
any
come
other
running
exits.
out, they will slide and be hurt and burned, and then we can just pop them on the head.
In this instance, I think I will let my friend Monty take care of him. If any decide to come out, Monty will surely stab him.
I mean, I can do that. But we'll see if any make it out in the first place. There's gonna be a big tree jammed in there.
No. We're going to put the tree through the arrow slit, and then the entrance they run out of, and we bop them.
I would like to bop them myself as well, yes.
Yes. If you want to put the tree through the arrow slit, you're going to want to get rid of all those upper branches still, which Epsilon can do.
I said
It'll
that.
just take them a few more minutes, yes. Just as a group, you'll want to
Yeah, I wanted to
decide
do that.
on how you want to approach this tree into the cave. And by group, I mean Epsilon, since he's the one who will be doing all this cutting, because while you may all be average intelligence, you all weak as fuck.
Epsilon is a tool.
I can cut some stuff. I've got a
Oh, yeah,
Does
saber.
he assist by
Yes.
holding the tree still, like being a what's it called?
the table for the saw.
Clamp.
Izzy's a
What's it called?
organic vice clamp.
Yes. Yes. She just stands on it while he goes to town sawing shit off.
I mean, sure, it won't take Epsilon long to do this.
I'm
Izzy's
okay with
assistance
either.
go faster.
I was under the impression we were going to jam it through the entrance so we just hear their screams into the night.
No, that
No.
was never what I suggested.
Aren't there multiple entrances? Hold on. How does this work?
No,
there's only
it's
one
one
entrance. You're right.
entrance, and there is an arrow slit next to the entrance where there was a goblin hiding before.
Mhm.
And if we shove a burning tree through the arrow slit, which is why we picked a small tree, then the inside of the cave will get all smoky and dangerous, and they will have to run away. That's the only entrance that we could find. You know, maybe they were trying to make a backup, but so far I didn't think they finished one. And then we just,
All right. Well, once you've done that, we'll light it on fire, and then I guess we'll hide in bushes or something.
There are large boulders near the entrance that you guys could hide
Yeah.
behind. Yes.
Sounds good. I
Sounds
will
good.
wait
In agreement.
Okay.
for
And on
Epsilon
that
to.
note, I think
Okay.
we're going to wrap up there, and we'll pick up with smoking the goblins out of their cave at the beginning of our next session, because it is 9:50, right on time for us to wrap this up.
Woo.
I will put a poll together for the next 2 weeks in our D&D channel to figure out our next session. When I do, I will let everybody know. I know we have some travel coming up for some players, which is totally cool. We'll plan. I'll do like a 2 to 3 week window for us to look in This probably will not be an every week thing due to all of our schedules, and I'm very busy. But I'm down to play as frequently as we can all pull it off. And I think this was fun. We can talk off stream about how we think this went, but I'm going to pull my chat back up now and start looking at what went on in there. I've heard a couple things because one of my mods might have been messaging me some stuff. Like,
Too bad.
give the goblin a Glock, it would throw Vincent off. Which would have been interesting. But overall, I think this went pretty well. I think this was fun. I think we're getting the technical side of streaming D&D on Twitch down.
Yes, absolutely. That's fun.
Oh, I'm loving these characters. I love our character interaction. I think the dichotomy of Vincent and Monty's very polar approaches to combat is going to be very interesting for the party as a dynamic. But I think that went well.
I think Monty's against like underhanded tactics. He just feels that putting a log in there and setting it on fire is a little bit too underhanded.
Oh, I know.
He did put them to our camp.
That's beyond the pale for him.
So.
Yes. Okay, let me
An
find...
eye for an eye.
Where is my chat doc? There's my chat. Oh, I need to
This is
actually
something
open
Monty would never do. So let me have it.
You guys are chatting. I love it.
Don't worry, I have many more ideas that we can attempt.
Yes. But yes, I will leave you guys up if you guys want to also respond to chat stuff while I wrap it up. If you don't, that's cool too. I know it is now 10-ish for us on the East Coast, and some of us have work in the morning, which is why we were aiming for this 6 to 10 p.m.-ish slot Eastern for us to run, because we ended up midweek. If we play this on a Saturday, we could theoretically go longer if we wanted to. I thought that our space between shoving tree in Goblin Cave and actually shoving the tree in the Goblin Cave was a good spot to call it. Let's see. I was not aware you had such luxurious hair. Oh, Eric. I love it. We are using Roll20 for our character sheets. I have a couple other things that Warkill messaged me that may be good ideas that I will put together some commands for my chat that you can, like, !Monty, !Vincent or whatever, and get a quick profile on that character to bring people up to speed who may have missed the character introduction. It'll be easier once I have little tokens for them too that at least represent them. But that was a good idea.
We die.
Yes, we can run raffles when people die. We can run raffles when you guys succeed in things. Speaking of succeeding in things, let me pull up my experience sheet. And because we haven't done this in a while, let me give you guys a quick experience. So let me tell you what your experience is at to start.
I've never played with numerical experience. So.
Are you saying we're now level 20?
In your hearts.
Playing for 3 years and never played a level 20
We're
character.
one step closer.
You are one step closer to level 20. So you're all starting with 900 base, but I'll just tell you the number in a second. I got to pull up my little calculation sheet. My Chrome is being real slow because I've got like 500 tabs open.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I'm sorry, I will return to reading chat real fast in a minute. I'm trying to find my little sheet that helps me calculate this. Don't know where you went. Oh, you're in tables, that's why. I need to reorganize my very large collection as I cough myself to death of random tables and things that we have gotten here. Okay. That was 225 experiences on top of 900, so you guys are at 1,125 at the end of this session. Yes. Next level up for you guys is 2,700. For those of you who have never played with numerical experience. Okay, so that was what I rolled for dealing with the goblin attack. I rolled as a medium success. like a success on a medium level encounter. There were lots of ways that could have gone. You got Alice back without her getting hurt, or at least not hurt in any like serious way. A bruised knee is whatever, which you healed immediately. You took care of most of the Goblin Raiders. That was a pretty solid success. The camp is still standing. Nobody's dead, and you fended off the Goblin attack. Then I rolled a success on exploring the cave, the Goblin hideout, and forming your plan of attack to deal with the goblins. That one a little on the easier side, not a big combat encounter yet, but it could have ended up much more dangerous. So yes, I have a little table that I do that stuff with. Let me look at this chat of things. Reading it backwards is difficult. Let me just go all the way back to the beginning. I did read that Iagra. I did. I appreciate it. Yes, Sam?
We never actually like introduced ourselves. Like, what? I mean, or some of us did. Some of us did.
Yeah, it was real brief. If you guys want to talk about yourselves now, you're totally welcome to. I can cut this and put it at the beginning of this video if we want to upload it somewhere else.
I'm Mike's boyfriend.
Shut up, Eric. You all know him. He's the mod. He's tortured multiple of you before. Don't take his side. He also gives out platinum to you, so maybe take his side. I don't know. You guys make decisions. You're smart people. That's a lot of elephant jerky. What? What?
As when they were talking about you killing the elephant.
Oh, yeah. Everything is going to plan. 5 seconds later, everything's going wonky. Yep. Oh, Coolman, thanks for the sub.
Like, I don't know what John's character looks like or Emily's character.
I have a description. I'll pull it up.
I'll make
Think
little...
Megatron.
Oh, and I put a picture in chat, Sam.
Oh.
From his description, he's probably Megatron if Megatron was an Autobot. Like, it sounds like it's less aggressive angles, more suit of armor. Less like villain spikes, like just superfluously thrown on there to make him really angular and aggressive looking.
Yeah, not super edgy.
Yeah. If you
Definitely more suit of armor.
This is true.
But less like suit of armor, just more like autonomous robot in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much what I have is Warforged made of weathered silver metal, a darker inlay swirled about with glowing crystal purple eyes. Then I have my house symbol across my chest, which is the raven with the magic staff in his talons. And then the gaps in my metal limbs reveal a clear, almost root-like fibrous material, pumping dark purple liquid to and fro.
Oof.
Yep.
It's intense.
It's cool looking. I'm a big fan of Iagra's explosion. Quick, everybody pee.
Yeah. Like 3 people left.
I will try to factor in a better break plan, and we can plan that ahead of time. That like 2 hours in or whatever, we'll just take a break. In my infinite wisdom of prepping this session, of which I definitely made up none of, break time was not something I thought about. And it's now on my notes. I was very stressed setting all of this up today. I think this went very well, though.
Yeah, that's good.
Monty's the most inspirational of all. I agree. Can the whip dagger pistol whip, though? Yeah, I don't see why not. Dad, where's the milk soccer J?
Damn, I finally made a cute character.
I know, she's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
She's adorable.
Where am I pointing? They want, or at least my brother is spurring them on for crazy RuneScape level, like, bot hunting events that they can channel point or platinum redeem. I will think on this. I doubt it.
I feel like your chat would really enjoy that if it was maybe like a once, like maybe something you did occasionally. Like if we had just like a really chaotic one shot.
Yes.
Or something
I am
like that.
eagerly anticipating the introduction of sexy orcs somewhere, sometime, eventually, maybe. There is at least one that exists so far.
What?
You guys have not met her yet.
Oh, I have a picture. Let me find it.
There are more sexy orcs that exist. You guys, again, just haven't met them. 20k redemption for the sandwich lady to offer a quick meal. The sandwich lady would be like, probably really some like terrifying arc fae that just pops up and offers you food. But like, if you pick the wrong food, some weird funky thing happens to you. But if you don't take food, she might get really offended.
From any fairy.
Nope. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk. I'll talk more about how I think this went like this weekend during like my streams and stuff. But I think this went pretty well.
Yeah.
And it's like 10 on the dot now, which is perfect. Do you guys have anything else you want to say while we're live?
Nope.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Bye.
Bye. That's Sam.
Bye.
Okay, give me one hot moment, and I will outro this. Just gonna mute myself in Discord so you guys don't get a ton of like feedback while I do this. Okay, well that was an interesting transition. I think that went great. I'm gonna wrap it up now because I also need to go to the bathroom and I didn't take a break. So we will do more of this. I will talk with them a little bit about how they think that went off stream. I don't want to put them on like pressure to talk about their full opinions in front of whoever is here and watching and observing. But that was fun. We will definitely do more of that in some form. I expect we will continue this campaign in this form unless we have any other issues. So thank you all for coming and hanging out. Whether you followed, subscribed, laughed, cried, won, lost, I hope you had a good time. I hope you come back into more good times. Where's my music button? I lost my music, guys. Everything's different. But yes, next stream will be Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Our usual plan of something random on the weekends. Maybe some Jackbox, maybe more Conqueror's Blade, maybe something entirely different. Who knows? Maybe I'll just make maps for D&D. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to go head off, chat with them, go to the bathroom, grab some dinner because I didn't eat dinner yet, and be a human, get ready for work tomorrow. So thanks for coming and hanging out, and I will catch you guys next time.